could not find. We could not find your screen. Top fans. Could not find your screen. Fans. Da-da-da. I don't care. And I am running. Look out, y'all. Can I check sound, please? And then it's popping up everywhere. Howdy. How are you, Carlota? I'm bad with names. Sorry. Hey, Miss Rhonda. Thank you. I know, no pre-warning. I'm still sitting here struggling, making sure I've got everything. I've been preparing for this for like a half a day, and still, what's happening, Lance? Still, not, I'm glad everybody knows I'm coming on at 10 and like F the world. I'm sorry, guys, not y'all, but I'm just not as professional as I should be. I'm getting there. I promise you. Look at the lighting, right? Look. It's still not. The camera's still not. Oh, look, I got a special camera for y'all today. Look at this one. Let's see if that one works. Boom! How you like that? Look at that, right? That's like a behind the scenes camera. I'm going to move that one around. I want to show off some stuff. I was watching Lance's show a couple of days ago, and I told Lance I had mounted a monitor. This is my desk, y'all. So there's my keyboard. Look. So that's Big Black. That's Mighty Whitey. It's my keyboard. But you see this? There's a monitor inside my desk. Isn't that cool? LG is like, they're trying to figure me out. They don't know what to do with me. Anyway, yeah, I'm not going to show you the fact. I don't know what I'm doing here, but it is what it is. So I am going to hang out and wait for everybody to show up as always. I don't know why I feel a little nervous, but I do, and not really. I guess it's just butterflies. I have to get one of those preamble. The lighting is fantastic. Thank you, Lance. Multi-camera looks so cool. I gotta turn that. Sorry. That's gotta go. No, I'm not doing that. No, come on. No. Well, you can do that one. Okay, trans. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm playing with that. I'll figure that out later. I just got that camera a couple days ago. I've got. I'm almost finished with my studio, y'all. I'm almost finished. I'm trying to hide some of the mess. You can see my slap your mama can right there. See that? It's crazy. It's crazy town. Howdy everyone. Howdy. Hello. Hey Sarge, what's happening, brother? I love this community because y'all come out and support me. And there's so many others that I adore out there. And between I've got the Charlie Kirk group, and then I've got the real time streamer group, and then the people that just know me maybe as Pops or whatever. But it's slowly but surely maturing. I don't know if I like this lighting. It's a lot. It is a lot, and it's up. It's mounted. That one went off because it's set for off and on things. I know it's kind of weird, but y'all make yourselves comfortable. I am still going to wait for everybody to show up as always. I was going to play one of my. I have a new video, a new song. It's not a new video. It's a new song. I couldn't even tell you the name of it. I've been so busy doing all these. I have a friend that's in the hospital in another country. I keep my circle really small. It's what happens when you get old. Look at this. I'm showing chest hair and everything. Anyway, guys, I found a video while I was going through a lot of things, and I don't know how many people have seen this, and I was going to use it as like a preamble. I know that people just have to show up here and figure this out, and eventually I'll be as slick as some of y'all that are out there, some of y'all great podcasters. This might be a long show. I don't know. It's not going to be like a Lance long show, but it's going to be a long show. I think we're going to, hey, Kevin, I think we are going to go over the 90-minute period that Ivan is accustomed to. Somebody's going to have to explain. Mark explained to me. I don't know what that was all about. That was craziness. I tried to watch a show and I was still doing things, and I've still got 2 monitors down there that I've hung their hangers, but I haven't got them mounted yet. And I was going to do that, and then we had to go to this other thing and the microphones, and it's like, no, man, I'm barely able to keep up. I haven't even had dinner yet, and it's 6 minutes past 10, at least on that clock, or it's a minute past 10 on this one. And so I'm going to be hungry when this is done. Where is my brother? Is he in here? I don't see him. Rhonda, I always say this to you. If he's sleeping, let him sleep. Let him sleep. And Rhonda, I have videos that are coming your way. I'm still pulling them out. It'll happen. It should happen today, maybe tomorrow, at least this weekend. Anyway, I'm going to play for y'all a portion of a video that I made. Not a portion. It's a. I don't know if I like these lights, man. It's bright, and I look kind of green. I don't know. I like the darkness. Anyway, I'm such a dumbass, I swear. So let me see if I can make this work here. Look, that's impressive. Like and subscribe. How about that? So this is a video that I made a while back, and it's so short, I can't imagine that it was just something that I published. So this is kind of one of those, we're going to hang out for a bit and let everybody kind of come in. But this is I found it appropriate, and there's going to be a lot tonight. I told y'all last time I didn't have a whole bunch. It was prepared, but it just wasn't, I didn't have visual arts. How about that? There he is. What's happening, bro? And now I've got a lot of visual arts today. I got a lot to talk about. And this is not going to be a rant. I hope it's not going to be a rant. The squirrel just ran through my head, but I'm going to try to hold that one for later. Somebody remind me to talk about a water bottle. Okay. I got a kid who's in that kid. I got an adult who's in that business, and it's crazy town. Kevin, I got both of my, I got 2 screens. I have 2 other, sorry, that was just my tongue. Screens up. So if you have to text me something, I've got my great big iPad over here and my phone over here, and chances are I won't be able to hear you anyway. So here we go, guys. I'm going to play this. I don't know. I'm just rambling. I'm going to play this, and this is something that I made a while back, and I think it's worth playing now, and hopefully there is sound, and I'm taking myself out of this, and
pathological lying used to be called pseudologia fantastica. I like saying that. And it referred to people who told multiple outrageous lies.
I don't drink. I find it unproductive.
And when you challenge the person on the details, they tell even more lies to make the story work.
We knew that there was going to be an Israeli action. We knew that that would precipitate an attack against American forces.
You know, there's only one thing that I'm not clear about.
Abundantly clear that if Iran came under attack by Israel or anyone, they were going to respond and respond against the United States. The orders had been delegated down to the field commanders. It was automatic, and in fact, it bared to be true, because in fact, the United States or Israel or anyone, they were going to respond of the initial attack on the leadership compound. The missile forces in the south and in the north, for that matter, had already been activated to launch. In fact, those had already been pre-positioned. The third is the assessment that was made that if we stood and waited for that attack to come first before we hit them, we would suffer much higher casualties.
Pseudologia fantastica.
There would come a point where they have so many conventional missiles, so many drones, and it can inflict so much damage that no one can do anything about their nuclear program. That is what they were trying to do, is put themselves in a place of immunity where the damage they could inflict on the region would be so high that no one can do anything about their nuclear program or their nuclear ambitions. They are producing, by some estimates, over 100 of these missiles a month.
Pseudologia fantastica.
Compare that to the 6 or 7 interceptors that can be built a month. They can build 100 of these a month, not to mention the thousands of one-way attack drones that they also have. They've been doing this for a very long time, and by the way, they've been doing it under sanction.
And all of this is relevant. That's a hell of a show. next part. Did I already do the? I was trying to be dramatic. This is me being dramatic. It wasn't censored. I did this. I thought it was funny. I'm playing this just to let y'all get in here, and I'm trying to find a song.
They're attacking airports. They're attacking hotels. They're hitting not just military bases. They're attacking our embassies directly. They're attacking facilities that have nothing to do with war or with military.
You idiot good.
Your director of national counterterrorism, Joe Kent, he just resigned today. He said he can't support your conflict with Iran. What's your reaction to that? And did you?
Well, I read his statement.
My good friend Joe Kent resigned. I just want to read a couple of sections of his resignation letter. President Trump, after much reflection, I've decided to resign from my position as director of the National Counterterrorism Center, effective today. I cannot in good conscience support the ongoing war in Iran. Iran posed no imminent threat to our nation, and it is clear that we started this war due to pressure from Israel and its powerful American lobby. As a veteran who deployed to combat 11 times and as a Gold Star husband who lost my beloved wife Shannon in a war manufactured by Israel, I cannot support sending the next generation off to fight and die in a war that serves no benefit to the American people nor justifies the cost of American lives. I pray you will reflect upon what we are doing in Iran and who we are doing it for. The time for bold action is now. You can reverse course and chart a new path for our nation, or you can allow us to slip further toward decline and chaos.
We're going to have a show.
We don't need oil.
Pseudologia fantastica.
We have all the oil we need for ourselves. It's one of the great assets that we have. We have more than double what anybody else in terms of oil.
Anybody paying higher gas prices? Just saying.
Production. We're at more than double any other country. So we don't need it, but we did it. It's almost, you could say we did it out of habit.
Stop.
Which is not a good thing to do. But we did it because we have some good allies there. We have some great Middle Eastern countries there, Israel there. And I always thought he was a nice guy, but I always thought he was weak on security, very weak on security.
Pseudologia fantastica.
Entire politics of the issue. But look, after serving 20 years, mostly deployed to the Middle East, fighting the wars over there, and just seeing how our country had been lied to and brought down the wrong path in those wars, and that we were getting sucked into another one, and that the American people didn't have the full story, and our country did not have a vital national interest in this current fight. I said, hey, I in good conscience can't do this, because that was a promise I made to myself probably 20 plus years ago when I was deployed to Iraq. Once I realized after my first couple deployments that we weren't there for the reasons that our government told us we were there for, I said, if it's ever my turn, if I'm ever an adult in this situation, I ever have a position of responsibility, I will not in good conscience send young men and women off to die on foreign battlefields.
One of these high-level commanders says, don't be worried because Trump is anointed by Jesus Christ to bring back the return.
Oh, no.
To bring back Jesus' return on earth. Commander claimed Trump was anointed by Jesus to cause Armageddon to justify the Iran tax.
I'm going to be here for a while.
See, that's like up there with Allah will protect me.
Exactly.
It's the same shit.
It's the same shit. It's just coming from a different religion.
Yeah,
but it's the same mindset.
Now, let's turn our attention to Tucker and to Chabad and to the propaganda wars and the bigger picture.
The current non-Jewish Messiah was chosen to be of service to the Jewish people and the Jewish Messiah.
Listen to this.
President Trump's right ear was grazed in a symbolic gesture of Exodus 21:6, where the Torah states that a servant who wants to remain with his master needs to have his right ear pierced. Trump was designated as God's servant and anointed one, just like Cyrus the Great almost 2,400 years ago. We have clarified in several videos that the absolute deadline for the redemption is by the end of the Jewish year 5787, which corresponds to October 2nd, 2027.
I can cut them down real quick.
167 days from today.
Let's see, Kevin. How about now?
Will surely occur
I'm betting I'm booming in right now. It says I'm
Trump
loud.
calls on U.S. media to stop
the video is going to come across loud.
And losses caused by
is
Iran,
that
saying
any
it
better,
harms
brother?
the United States.
I have an issue, guys, with my sound levels because I'm watching sound levels on the screen and they're like in the yellow, close to the red.
Over critical coverage of
And again,
Iran.
I'm just playing this just to let everybody get in and get comfortable and hit that like button and hit that subscribe. You know, I'm really trying to get my numbers up. I know I have to do more videos, and I'll probably let this go. But at the end of the day, I just thought it was really interesting that a lot of this is still playing out in real time, right? And there's another video that I'm going to play. There was a congressman. I'm going to pull this one down because I'm going to play a song. There was a congressman that just whiplashed one of the head of the military, one of the heads of the Navy. And it was just devastating. And it was one of those, like, I'm going to kick your ass. And he did. But before we do that, did I just close that? Oh, really? Come on, man. That's not professional. Guys, if you don't know, I like to write a little bit. And I didn't really know I had this in me. So I wrote another one. I'm getting up there with age. So I can hear you better now, Ivan. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that, Kevin McDonald. I probably can, see, this is my favorite right here. I like this. When I was on the radio in college, I always wanted to have that little echo, that FM echo. The DJs back in the day were seriously, they would pump that. But I don't think it really plays these days. I'm trying to get this full screen. Anyway, for those of you who have seen this, apologies. Thanks, Kevin. Like Roger says, thanks, Kevin. He's always, and I know Roger watches from his bed on the big screen. And for those of you who watch from the big screen, there is a way to hit that like button. You got to kind of move that remote around and things of that nature. But it is what it is. I want to play this one because I wrote it, and it takes me a long time to do these things. It does, and I honestly didn't like this one as much as the previous. But the message is there, especially in some of the art that's behind it. So here you go. This is That Ain't Old. That's
enough to remember
dangerous.
when the manipulation was obvious, or so we thought. You could see the man behind the curtain. Now the curtain is gone. The man is the curtain, painting a lie for us all. And most people think they're looking out a window, but there is no window at all. Age is just a number, stripes earned hard. School of hard knocks dealt every card. Some call it knowledge, some call it wisdom. Like mama said, trust in God above. Take the road less traveled, and always lead with love. The young generation grew up inside the machine. They don't know what life felt like before the screen, before the cell phone ring, before the apps, clicks and likes, before the false glory of them digital nights. Drinking from a garden hose, running till the lights came on. House to house relay of moms. Now that the world is gone, kids don't know what they're missing. And that's exactly what they're counting on. To forget, that ain't all. That's dangerous. We ain't done yet. We ain't done yet. No matter your age, no matter what you know, respect your fellow man wherever you go. But keep your eyes open, stay sharp and wise. Check the facts they're spitting, don't believe the lies. Follow the money, open up your eyes. Who has what to gain? Is money or in fame? Pockets and calling it a game. Somehow believe they're right while the nights. It's truly how you lived your life. A helping hand to your fellow man, a lift to those who can't reach, a kind word, $1 or two. Sometimes just a smile will do. We all make mistakes, we all fall down. Don't check out, stand your ground. We may not have billions, but we have heart. That's not a disadvantage, that's a superpower. When the tears start to roll, that's what it looks like when someone actually cares. Not performative, not for clicks, but genuinely grieves for me and for you. The powerful are counting on two things: people too young to see it coming, and people old enough to know who decided they're too tired to fight it. We've seen it all before, and we're still standing tall. That's dangerous. We remember what they want us to forget. That ain't all. That's dangerous. We ain't done yet. We ain't done yet. We will not check out. We will carry on this fight. We all have it within us. Let your light shine bright. Together we remain strong. Together we are invincible. That ain't all. It's dangerous. That ain't all. That's dangerous.
Man, that means a lot to me. I'm getting up there in age, and you know, sometimes you feel like people pick on boomers a lot. I'm trying to get myself back up on the screen. I can't figure it. There it is. So I write what's from the heart, right? And Ivan is on fire. I don't think so. Oh, I just heard my echo. That's not good. Say it again, Ivan. Thank you. It's from the heart. I heard somebody said something today on Caron County Crime Watchers, and it was very poignant, and it was about, you know, everybody has those days, and just trusting God. Damn, I mean, got sold. I hope it got sold, Whitney. Whitney, I saw what you look like today. I did. I saw you on camera. I saw you on one camera twice. I don't know how you pulled that one off. I can do two cameras, but I can't do the same thing you did. Anyway, I digress. Love those squirrels going by. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. It takes me a long time to do that. Now it says I'm booming through the microphone. Anyway, it does take me a long time to do it. But I enjoy it. And I've got like two others that I've begun, but it's crazy, you know, and you know, there's so much going on right now in my world. I've got friends halfway around the world that are in the hospital. I've got, just tons of stuff going on, and my wife's taking care of business, and you know, and I'm sitting here. Yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? I had no freaking I had air conditioner because I've got a separate AC in my studio because it gets hotter than F in here. But you know, the house is sizable, and there was no AC, and so for 4 hours, this dude is going around. Nice guy, real nice guy, and he charged a real nice price too. I'm using this company for 26 years, and they're proud. But I have air. There's air upstairs. There's air downstairs. There is air everywhere. And they're telling me, I've used this company for 30 years. They're telling me that I've got one of my air conditioners is 26 years old, and they said, good luck, good lifespan. It's time to replace it. I can't afford to do another one. I just can't. Anyway, I digress. So it's nice and comfortable in here. Matter of fact, I had it so cold at one point, it was chilly. And for me to be chilly in my office or my studio is crazy. This camera is showing a little bit of mess over here, so don't pay attention to that. I guess I don't know how many people are here, but I'm going to start the show. And thank you all for coming. I guess I've already started the show, so playing music and but welcome to Ivan is Ivan. This is Friday. We've got a lot to talk about. A lot has gone on this week. It is craziness. You know, our president said something this week that kind of off-put me. He says a lot of things. Some of them kind of put me off, and some of them don't. I also came across quite a few videos and there was one from Charlie Kirk. There's one from UTV, some whatever college that was. And I've got a security video I want to play for you all, and just some funny stuff. So I don't even know where I'm going to start, but as you guys know, or if you're new here, hit the subscribe. I'm not going to ask you again. I'll let my mods figure that out. I'm not one of those guys, but thank you all for being here. And it is, I'm 22 minutes in, so it's time to start. We saw CBS came to an end of an era, late night. For me, it was late night with David Letterman. That was it. And then now David Letterman looks like Santa Claus, WTF. But regardless, it came to an end. And that, to me, was almost heartbreaking. Now, I don't watch television. I watch YouTube. And I have YouTube TV, but the only time I really watch TV is for football. And I'm not crazy about all football. Dallas Cowboys are like right up there, their headquarters, and their stadium is over there, a couple of 100 miles, not 100 miles, but for a little bit. I'm not, maybe my second or third choice of a team, but that's about it. I like football, but it is what it is. I think I've strayed further away. But I don't even know why I'm bringing all this up. It's one of the late night with Letterman. Late night came to an end, and it's just sad that something of this era had to happen. And I honestly believe it's not the fact that it came to an end, but whoever just bought CBS, and I'm going to be very politically correct here, not because I have to, but I think it's the right thing to do. Made a decision, and this is part of some of the surveillance state that I believe we're entering. And our communications and what we're allowed to say, not so much what we're allowed to say, but and here we go. And the reason why I wrote that last song, what this boomer generation is taking in is just trash. Because we're only clicking the button, ABC, CBS, NBC. I guess we got Fox out there and CNN and whichever other ones that, MS Now. I don't watch them. And, I guess I'm an outlier. I don't know. I sit and I listen to some of Lance's music, and my heart just like, oh my God, there's a couple of songs that he has. I get emotional. I got emotional over my own damn song because I just feel it when I write things. I write them from the heart. And it's just like being on a chat. To me, if I say something on the chat, I want to say hey, and I want to say hey, and those are the people that I care about. It's not a bunch of bullshit. It's just not. It's just that's who I am and how I am. And there's a lot of turbulence that goes on. And that's why you won't see me on some of those. You Discord. You never will see me on Discord. I no way in hell. All that can be used against us one way or the other, just like this can, right? It's one of the reasons why I can't stand Facebook. It's just a bunch of bullshit. Now, I know some people don't like when I curse. I don't, not today. It's just not going to happen. So, as part of my security deal, and it's part of me helping you, and maybe that's what video I'll play next, just to kind of lighten up the mood a little bit. For those of you who don't know, I lived my life in cybersecurity. I love it. I am not a hacker, but I like to do dumb stuff, right? And I like to buy dumb toys. Secure your stuff. Don't trust anybody else. Don't trust any other network. Nothing. Don't trust anything, period. Okay? And stop giving away data. And I say all that because I'm going to play this next video to keep things light, but for everybody to remember, everybody is making a statement. And there were statements made this week that we will get to. And all of this takes time. I don't have a show prep or plan. I feel very free-willed. I'm watching the chat over here, and I'm just out here to have a little bit of fun on a Friday. And maybe one of these days I will do something real. But you know what? Ain't gonna happen today. Look at the lighting, will you? You guys can see me. It's almost scary. It's bright too. Well, it's not bright, but it is what it is. And look at the junk back there. I had to move the printer because there's an amplifier going over there, and I got power speakers going in. The lighting is still not complete. The DMX 512 lighting, I'm getting there. Lance, where are you going? You'll be right back. Man, the air is good. I feel chilly in here almost. It's kind of nice. I don't know where I want to go. I think we're going to play this one next. This is a video that I used to play back in the day. It's a little bit older, but I think it's very poignant. And I don't know what Facebook looks like these days. My wife still has a Facebook account. I'm sure my kids have Facebook accounts. I don't, and I won't. Probably do. I know some people have tried to hack me or have tried to gain access into my old data because I see that I always use multi-factor authentication. Who is retracting their messages? Amy, are you retracting your own messages? Amy AU, where are you, AU? Is that Australia? Anyway, I digress. So this is a coffee shop, and it is a really good security lesson. Love the ambient lighting. I'm getting now the ambient lighting I love, yeah, because and I don't have my DMX controller connected, so that's probably going to go out around midnight. This is Central Time I'm in right now. That's what the timer is set for, and I'll turn it back on. But eventually, when it's trash, Ivan. It's trash. What's trash? I'm upset. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, Auburn. Okay, Alabama. Where you now? See, I wasn't into college football, but I'm telling you, y'all got some stuff going on. Anyway, so check out this video, right? And I like to talk through my videos as a DJ in college. I know there were always people that were trying to record my music, and I would always screw with them. I'm going to talk right over it. But this is kind of funny to watch, and to me, it's interesting. I got it queued up. I'm going to take myself out of this one. Oh, maybe I'll give you the other camera. But it's just interesting in its play, and hopefully it will allow you to think about some of the information that you're giving away.
Hot chocolate.
What's the name?
Joel.
What was
You
the
have
name?
to pay attention now.
Alex. There you go, Johnny.
If you like our Facebook page, we give you a free hot drink and a free pastry.
We have a new like for Damien.
Hey, Carly, are you standing by? Hi there, can I help?
Yeah, just liked your Facebook page.
Okay, I'll search Facebook now.
I'm searching Google.
Have a phone number.
I've got his email address.
Okay, Carly, are you ready for information on Damien?
Yep, I am.
Mother's maiden name is he banks with
Carly, this is the girl coming in now with the blue scarf.
What's her name? Nicholas.
Nicholas. His date of birth, 7th May. She lives at 38A.
Just be a couple of seconds.
2 children, age 4 and 6. Previous address. She's got a postcode.
Yep, got it. Damien, age 26 and a fitness instructor.
How do you know that?
Brody, who goes to UCL. Martin, who went to South Thames College. Assistant psychologist at Great Ormond Street. How did you know?
I don't really understand.
Huh? Better?
You know I'm a Christian as well.
Oh, yeah, we know everything about you, Martin. Thank you. Nice to meet you, Anna from Russia.
They all wondered why. You wondered why. Because we're giving data away, right? Yeah. And now they're reading all of their data on their cups, and now they feel, crazy. I don't know who. Yeah, National Frauds, Cyber. Yeah, this is old, right? And the sad part is that we all are giving information away, and we have to stop doing this. So this is one of the reasons why I do have this channel, because this is what I did for a living forever, right? And I don't want to stop it. I don't do it anymore. I don't get up on stage. I don't jump up and down and and go, how many of you all have been hacked, this, that, and the other. But I want to bring it to everybody's attention. This is an eclectic show. Sometimes you guys are in it. Sometimes, I just felt the coffee rush just come right through. Yes. It will be a little bit of everything. And, I sometimes wonder, what the hell am I doing here? But this show is about Ivan, and it's what I can give back or what you can learn from it. So get ready. What you put on Facebook never goes away. It just doesn't. Now, if you love Facebook that much, right on. And if you want help with it, okay. But think about the information that you're giving away. And the same exact thing holds true with every place else. Somebody, I know who it was, Lance. Lance gave away his month, date, and year of birthday. Stop doing that. That's crazy, okay? We don't need to do that anymore. It's just like liking something. When you give away that information, you can't get it back, right? And it's already out there. It is, but the more we give away, the harder it is. Anyway, enough with the lectures, right? Nobody wants to hear this. So that was also meant to be funny. Speaking of funny, I think this one's kind of funny. I saw this one. Well, there's a couple of funnies here. I'm not going to play Trump. Not yet. Where'd that go? Did I just lose that? Oh, no, don't tell me that. Did I? I don't know what just happened. Oh, here we go. Okay. See, this is the problem when you have too many screens. So, because I have a screen on my desk now, there's a good probability that I want to lose things there too. And I am going to talk about water. Water, I know, I say the word wrong or I say something crazy. I have a lot of stuff on my computer. You guys, if you were here early enough, you had seen, past tense of saw, my two biggest computers that I have. There's a server back there too. It's a little tiny server that I'm running a lot of things on. I'll just put it that way. And I occasionally go through and look at some of the data. I've got a lot of data. It's just I thought this was funny, and I forgot I had it. Let me make this big screen. There we go. I'm not really political one way or the other, but I just think things are funny sometimes, and I thought this was funny. So it is what it is. And I'm not picking on them. I promise I'm not, but I thought this was funny. Okay. I don't care who you are, and it's smart, because if he wants somebody to give him money, so be it. Oh, Califield just went live. If he wants somebody to give him money, that's smart. I mean, I would give this guy a couple of bucks. Just like it was in my song. I'd give him $1 or $2, not just a smile. But this was funny. It's better than just sitting there with a cardboard, give me money. This was cute. But then again, if you're MAGA, you just might want to shoot at him. I don't know. I'm not a Democrat by any stretch of the imagination, and I would hate to say that I'm always a Republican, but it is what it is. I just thought it was funny, and I'm going to get in trouble. I'm sure. I really don't care. I'm just showing you like my side of Ivan, and this goes right along with it. And I'll give him the other side. So
never, ever, ever give up. Things will work out just fine. Adversity makes you stronger.
Amen.
Don't give in. Don't back down. And never stop doing what you know is right.
I do have a TikTok account. I don't get on TikTok. I don't like to have things on my phone that can monitor me. I don't like Larry Ellison. Okay. And they own 30% of TikTok. No. They have enough information about me already. Yeah. I'm one of those people that just, I don't have anything to hide. Don't give, but I don't want to give away my data. And again, I guess that maybe that's what, if I ever have merch, maybe that should be one of them. I don't want to give away my data. I just lost another file. Where did it go? Oh, here we go. This was, I made mention of this one earlier. It was in reference to
nuclear program. I'm asking you to talk about.
Oh, stop. And some of these, when I took off, I've got a lot of stuff to talk about. I wrote even on my whiteboard, I wrote down some things to talk about. I want to talk about deep fakes too. I don't know if you guys know what those are, but they're coming. And if you haven't seen them yet, they're getting better and better. Eventually, I might be a deep fake. And that's not just AI. I don't know. We'll go into it, but this is kind of important. So it's not how many fingers, but it's the fingers in front of the face. Remember that one. We'll get back to it. And if we don't, somebody remind me. That's the equivalent of the water bottle too. So where do we want to go? Let's see. I'm not going to play another song because it's way too early, and I only have like 3, I think, or 4. maybe. Early on, I talked about the senator, and I don't know where he's from, or congressman or whatever. It was on Capitol Hill, and he's talking about Theo. No, he wasn't talking about Theo, but I see somebody saying Theo. Hey, Theo. He just grilled this military person, but that's not really all this video is about. So see if you can spot some of the other things that are occurring. I like to look beyond just what's being presented to us. I want to go full screen so you guys can see me. Look, I got this lighting, right? You're gonna like the lighting. I don't care. It's not just the video itself that is a thing. I like to look at everything. My wife will tell you when we walk into a restaurant, first thing I'm looking for is my exit plan. Okay. I'm looking to see how many cameras are watching me. I'm looking to see where I can go if somebody comes in that has lost their mind. I'm looking to see how many tables I can turn over. Who's going to be taken out first? Okay. I'm a nut job. There are certain places I'm going to sit. There are certain places I'm not. Hello, welcome to my world. You'll see my brother out there somewhere. Kevin didn't have me make, but he helped me make this logo of mine, Ivan's Mad World. Well, I'm a little nutsy, but I think we all need to be a little nutsy and put your head on a swivel and pay attention to what's going on. And I think that's a problem with a lot of boomers these days. We're just walking through life and just like la-di-da, la-di-da, okay? Let's pay attention. Besides, I like to blast music. I can't imagine really getting like to the point where I don't like to blast music. When does that happen? You know, I realized this week when I was out there with the damn air conditioning guy and the girl, he's checking everything. And he was checking the units in the backyard. And I look at my car, and it's like, I haven't driven my car in over a week. And I'm looking at it, it's like, damn, that's a good looking car. And it's dusty because it's just sitting there. I digress. But yeah, I just always wonder, when will I keep my gun closer than my napkin? Yeah, might have right there. That's why I turned around and looked. It all depends on what room I'm in. Bedroom, I don't know if it's closer than a napkin, but don't knock on my front door and not expect, if I'm not expecting you, come in with something and I'm going to leave a hole because I'm scared. I'm not going to make black jokes this early. I digress. Look, if you can't laugh at yourself, who can you laugh at? Seriously. And that's kind of my whole premise. All right. It's just, we take ourselves too seriously because there are so many people that are attacking us. Number one, we need to be able to laugh at ourselves. Number two, we need to protect ourselves from all those other idiots that are out there that are trying to take us down in unison. And there are a bunch of them. And I'm not cool with that. I'm just not. And it's become real obvious and everybody can see it. Look at the last election. Look, that wasn't even an election. It was a primary, right? Yeah. I feel like I'm getting really political today. And that maybe is what this podcast is going to be about. Oh my God, I have a podcast. But I'm going to play this one and let's see. So far, I've been pretty good with putting things up on stage. Look, I got my little rock going. So anyway, this was just, this guy just got his ass whipped. He just did. And he just did it so methodically and so intelligently. And he didn't, well, make sure the text shows up. What? Rubs or ribs? I'm not sure. Anyway, I want to play this one. And I'll figure out what you're talking about, Kevin.
English language. What's the difference between obliterated and significantly degraded?
I think I might have started in the middle. No, I didn't. So when I captured it, you'll see.
You keep using the term significantly degraded. Last summer, we were told that Iran's nuclear weapons program was obliterated. Can you clarify the distinction between obliterated and significantly degraded?
Congressman, again, I think appropriate to talk about anything regarding the Iranian nuclear program.
No. I'm not asking you to talk about the Iran nuclear program. I'm asking you to talk about English language. What's the difference between obliterated and significantly degraded?
Yeah.
Are they the same?
Congressman, anything regarding the nuclear program.
I'm not asking you to talk about the nuclear program, Admiral. I'm asking you to answer a question that applies to a lot of things beyond the nuclear program. You've also said that their ballistic missile program was significantly degraded. What does that mean?
Okay. Look at the dude. Can you see my cursor? Look at this dude. All right. Check out Homeboy. Watch him throughout this video. I don't know what he's watching. He doesn't do anything but blink. He is, I don't know how he is trained. The two brothers over here, they're like, yeah, we're watching. And it's like, I'm glad it's not me sitting over there. Okay. Watch Homeboy here. And what is this? What is this connected to? You know, is it sewed on or something? But anyway, just watch him. He might be sleeping. I don't know. But when I started watching, and everybody else around him is pretty normal. He got a little Nike cap back here. Really expensive camera over here. Got a microphone that's taped to his desk. I'm not sure what that's all about. But this guy vexed me. Okay. I would not want him to live across the street from me. I just would not. He is a scary motherfucker. I'm just saying. Sorry. A little early for that, but it is what it is. Yeah, the admiral here is about to get lambasted. There's a 2-cent word, but all right, I digress. I'll play this now.
The specific numbers are best, as you know from your own.
Well, President Trump's own national security strategy, which he signed in December, 5 months ago, used the exact same phrase, significantly degraded. So if this was true back then, 5 months ago, then why did we start this war? Was he lying to us then?
Congressman, from a military perspective, regarding
Admiral, are you familiar with General Westmoreland?
I'm very familiar, Congressman.
He's well known for talking about body counts. Now, when I think about you in this war, I always think about how you always got up there and would say everything's going according to plan. So let me just ask, Admiral, where was closing the strait in the plan?
I'm happy to discuss the specific operational aspects.
But did you just not anticipate that? Do you not think that Iran could do that? Or was that part of the plan here?
Congressman,
for 250 years, the Navy has kept sealed under every previous president. The Strait of Hormuz has been open. So why is it closed under your watch?
Congressman, I've traveled through the Strait of Hormuz probably 100 times. I'm intimately familiar with it as a combatant commander.
So why is it closed? If you're so familiar with it, did you not anticipate that Iran
might answer the question? If I may answer with respect, with all due respect. My responsibility as a combatant commander is to lay out all the options, present those to the Secretary and the President. They make policy-level decisions.
So you presented
the operational aspect.
So, Admiral, you presented the reality that Iran might close the strait to the President and the Secretary of Defense.
Anything that I discuss with respect to...
okay, well, let's go back to the plan. Where was begging China for help opening the strait part of the plan?
So from a military perspective...
There are multiple reports now public that Iran has already reconstituted many of its bombed-out missile sites. Was that part of the plan, too?
Those reports are inaccurate.
Okay. I will actually give you credit for regime change. I know that was part of the plan. You've replaced an 86-year-old in failing health with a fatwa against producing nuclear weapons.
And by the way, happy birthday.
With a more hardline guy in his 50s, who, in case he wasn't hardline enough, you killed his immediate family. Was that part of the plan?
Mm-mm.
Is that the regime change you wanted?
Congressman, we were given very specific military objectives to degrade Iran's power projection capability. That's exactly what we did.
Okay, so in the course of doing that, you also lifted the oil sanctions on Iran, giving them about $14 to $16 billion. They can buy a lot of ballistic missiles for that.
Shots fired.
Was that part of the plan? Lifting oil sanctions on them in the course of the conflict? They kill 14 Americans, we lift oil sanctions on them?
As you know, sir, the U.S. military does not lift sanctions. That's a policy decision.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure out where it was part of the plan. On March 5th, you talked about how you built the most integrated air missile defense or air defense system in the Middle East, and yet well into the war you had to ask Ukraine for help with defenses against drones.
That's not accurate.
Okay.
It's got to be a military.
What about
thing.
oil prices, gas prices? Was
That's
oil
them,
prices
not
going
me.
up 56% part of the plan? Congressman, as you know, from a military perspective, we don't deal in oil and gas prices. I defer to the appropriate authorities of the government. Okay, so since none of this seems to be part of the plan, what's the plan now? What's the plan now to actually win this war? Because it feels like we're losing. We don't have a nuclear deal. We don't have the Strait open. The president has called for unconditional surrender. Is that part of the plan?
Yeah, everybody knows what's going on in the war. I just thought it was funny, and again, I'm out here to be funny. It's just, to me, if you can't laugh at something, because we're in a shit world right now. It's like it's what happened, you know? I don't know, and do I care? We can see a lot of things that have happened and a lot of things that are going on, and it's pseudo-logical, and whatever that opening video that I played, that's what it is. Someone grab That's funny. Sorry guys. There's just, it's crazy town. It just is. And that's one of the reasons why I have a podcast. It's one of the reasons why you'll see me on certain things, and I just don't, I'm not picking sides. I take everybody at face value. You can screw the world, man, but if you haven't messed with me, everybody's a friend until you start messing with me, and then look out for the 9 or the 45, or it all depends. And if you come to my front door, I'm not shooting something. Anyway, I digress. Who's the guy grown? I don't know. It's some senator. It's just, I don't really pay attention to these guys. And look, at least this time I'm coming with some additional content other than me just yapping, right? So, I've gave you some stuff, but it is craziness. And he just went on for a while, and he only had 5 minutes. And he just kept on going. I love, yeah, me too. Well, good. I'm glad you do. It's just, and by the way, well, it's almost 11. I don't know when the curse time is, and when I don't know. There's a lot of things that I don't know. Can you not curse on YouTube? I don't know. I don't go and edit afterwards or before, and it's I try not to drop a whole bunch, but I'm a grown up. I'm twice a grown up. It's like, can I use my entire vocabulary? I went to private schools my entire life. I should be able to use a great deal of the diction that I was afforded by my parents. And some of that is 4-letter words. I'm just saying. So, in November, I'm November. So we got part of your birthday. I'm guessing that you were born in 1989, Whitney. Just guessing. Don't know for sure, but I'm guessing. I don't know. Anyway, see, we're giving away data already. You got to be careful with that. So I hope everybody had a good week. We have a long weekend coming up. Isn't that fantastic? Some of us do. It is 11:49 on the East Coast. Yes, it is. And actually in Bermuda, it is past midnight. So, you can look at it a lot of different ways. Why did he bring up Bermuda? Well, this is something that I thought about speaking of and it might be a little touchy, because I don't know really I do know my demographics, but I don't care about stuff like that. But, I'm thinking about, I saw a video. It was a Lego video, and it's one of those, watch this video before it gets deleted. Well, first of all, see, that's I just so wanted to drop the F-bomb, okay? And it was pointed towards, well, Black Americans watch, that's part of the problem. So I've got a little story to tell. So here comes story time. Go get your popcorn. Back in the day, when I was in cybersecurity, we often were able to go to lunch with clients, right? And these clients would sell to their customers. That's the kind of company that I was involved in. Anyway, I had a gentleman, and they called us Thunder and Lightning. And one of these days he might see this video, so I'm not going to call out his name, but he was very much Italian. And he was also very much a bodybuilder, but great guy. And we became really good friends at the time. And we never knew which one of us was Thunder and Lightning. I was cybersecurity, and he was on the kind of call center or phone side of the house, right? We had a client that we were taking out to lunch, and he and the client were just chatting it up about Italy and this, that, and the other, and the heritage and all that. And then, they talked for a good half hour. And here I am, I'm just eating away, not really having anything special to say. And they're going on about the heritage and things of that nature. And she looks at me, and she wanted to ask me about my heritage, but she didn't know what to say, because effectively, I in her mind, I'm guessing, what is my heritage? My heritage is doesn't go back that far, maybe in her mind. Well, little did she know that, I do have a heritage. My heritage is that little island right there that's shaped like a fishhook. At least half of it. That's my father's from Bermuda. So, but she could have asked, and she didn't. She made the assumption that, being black, you necessarily don't have a heritage. You just have a non-relational color. And I think that's part of some of the problems that we see in that particular community. And I'm probably getting way too serious here, but I want to say it, and I don't give a fuck. I just don't. At the end of the day, I make a lot of jokes about this stuff. I'm the only one on my street, okay? And it is mine. I don't care. I've been here longer than just about anybody else. There's two other houses further down the end of the cul-de-sac that beat me to it. That's it. All right? My shit's paid for. So I'm done. But at the end of the day, it's like, ask people, talk to them. You don't make an assumption about a person. We all have something to give to one another. And there we go, right back into my music, So, yay, happy birthday, Theo. The gold necklace, Ivan, represents. It's crooked and I can't fix it. And I got the old time, the great big Italian braided one. Why did it have to be Italian, right? But yeah, see, Rhonda's got her eye. I'm almost sure that's Irish, right? So, you can see the little British flag right here. That's the whole deal. I've even got a tattoo on I've got Bermuda tattooed on my arm. Just right arm. Yeah, there it is. There it is. You see the little fish hook, and it says, and it's in Latin. It says where the fates allow. I think to me that's important, because I just can't say, it was a slave ship. This was more or less a jail for the unruly mother that they couldn't take care of, so they just drop you off. I don't know how my father's family got there, but and I've got a great story about that too. You can go look this one up, guys. Gina Swankson is a cousin of mine, and she was Miss Universe at one point, right? So go check that one out. Beautiful young lady, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I have not been back to the island in a long time. I do plan on going. Yeah, right. Miss Universe, right? Go look her up, Gina Swankson. And Gina talks about why are you gonna cry? Oh, what are you doing, Whitney? Anyway, but that's part of it. We all have to appreciate for each other. And I know that a lot of people get on here. It's like, oh, here Ivan goes again. But that might be part of my music, and that's also part of me. It's actually chilly in here for once. But we all don't look at each other the same. Y'all got the chat right in front of you. You can see I'm looking at all these other things. Anyway, so I thought that was it was something that I had thought about speaking of, and I wasn't really going to bring it up, but so be it. Hey, Joel. Yeah. Dead. What is it called, Whitney? Dead Parents Club, man. Yeah. I'm not going to get into all that. I'm just not. Because then you'll see Ivan go boohoo, and I'm not ready to boohoo yet. I'd rather boohoo over a song. So let's move on here. I ran across a lot of things I'd taken from Barron. Every time I put in a donation, and George, if you don't know, usually will speak back, and he knows what my studio looks like, and I've got all these. Speaking of which, I've been working with. I can protect shit. I'm the old man in the club. That's it, man. That's it. I'm lucky to be here. George, he knows what my studio looks like, and he calls me out on it. And I call him, oh man, because he's got all that gray, and I have to shave mine off. So I shave for you guys. I don't even shave for my wife. But actually, I'm shaving. It's like, Are you going out? Why do you smell good? It's like, no, I got to go online. So it's like I have a show to do. So I'm putting on cologne. That's just craziness. Sorry, I've got cameras going on here. I see when I see movement, I've got to see what's going on. Anyway, I saw some things about Okay, so there's a couple of things I want to talk about. One is facial recognition. There's a lot of that's occurring right now, but a thing called deep fake, and I don't necessarily have a video on that. I probably should. I think there was one, but I didn't pull it out. And if you guys know what deep fake is, that's awesome. I know I have a video in here somewhere, but effectively, imagine being on a conference, right? Somebody should have told me. It's like, Ivan, you're small. There you go. Being on a live conference, some type of I don't know, face-to-face chat or whatever, and there are people there that you believe you know who they are, kind of like this one, right? And okay, so I'm talking to you, and I know that you are the president of this company, and you tell me you want me to send you how much money, and okay, I'll do that. And have been millions of dollars sent from one location to another purely because it was a deep fake. Now, what that does is AI can take the image of a person, someone that you know, someone that you trust. This is vexing me. There we go. Look at that. I'm getting good at this. I should move the camera so you guys can't see the mess over there. But the person that you know, or the person that you think you know as that individual, so you trust them, you have a level of trust with them. That's what, when I put the fingers in front of my face, that's one way right now to detect a deep fake. So if you are ever on a conference call, or if this is more for boomers. I know Gen Y, Gen Z, I get y'all. And I don't think there's a whole bunch of boomers that actually follow me. But at the end of the day, this is a big deal, and it's becoming more and more capable as we move forward. At one point, it wasn't, and you will begin to see this more and more. We saw a lot of it, or I thought we saw a lot of it during the heydays of the, you're not supposed to call it a war. It's a conflict, right? Where we thought that Mr. Netanyahu, I'm doing everything in my power to say that motherfucker, was possibly deceased. Well, and we thought it was AI. Well, maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. But at the end of the day, that's AI. If you wave your hand in front of your face, or if you ask the other person to do so, power tip here, AI can't compensate for that. It's the same exact way with AI. When they put up a hand, oh, Lance, you just reminded me of something I want to talk about. Exacto. You talked about the drones. I've got another thing to talk about with Charlie Kirk's. We can't say assassination. So what do I say? Pow, pow, whatever. But if you put the hand in front of your face, AI can't compensate for that hand. So there you go. Another power tip. Write that one down. There's going to be a bunch of them, and there will be a test later. Did y'all remember to hit those smashing likes? Yeah. Like Ivan doesn't read well while he's talking. Anyway, so I saw Lance. What did you state? You stated something. Big fan. I don't know what you're a big fan of, but so Lance has a theory about drones and the capability of a drone. And there are drones out there now that don't even look like drones, that don't even look like what we envision drones to be. If you go back and look at, I forgot the guy who does a show. Is it Ryan? Somebody. There are drones out there that are wing drones. There are drones that just look like a little solid ball that you can't even tell what the hell it is. It might even look like an alien ship. Aliens. All right. So yeah, we did the UFO thing, a couple of shows ago. I saw one today where they released, I guess yesterday, I think it was Mark Splain who did this. And it turned out when they shot at it, they used a Sidewinder and they missed. Well, that's embarrassing. The second shot, they just shot it, I guess, with just ammunition, regular. And it turned out to be a balloon. Well, it exploded like a balloon. It was a balloon. It was just a freaking balloon. What are they thinking? But there are drones that look like a unidentified object. You can't see propellers, you can't see blades, anything of that nature. Here is my theory, and y'all can just run. Sean Ryan, look at Whitney, man. Is that the show where they sit down in chairs opposite one another and they just talk? I don't know. But he did a special with them tracking. I think that's the guy. I think it was Sean Ryan. With them tracking him going through a forest, and these drones don't get caught up in trees and all. They understand it. They can navigate it. There is a bullet, a range bullet out there. Here, onto something pop up. You call me pop up. I love you, Whit. There's a bullet out there. I believe it's called Exacto, and it is steerable. Now, that in itself is crazy. But imagine a steerable bullet, and somebody go look it up. I'm sure Lance is doing that. You can take a bullet and steer it towards a target. Now, hang with me here, because I think I've always wanted to say this and never had the opportunity, and I'm putting it out there right now. That necklace that Charlie had on, and I'm not a big Charlie. There are a whole bunch of y'all out there that are doing this. Go for it. The necklace that Charlie had on, I believe, contained, or maybe that microphone contained, a homing mechanism for a steerable bullet. That's what I think occurred. Now, beyond all of that, I don't know who did it. Yeah, I think I know who, but whatever. And I'm not going to do a whole Charlie Kirk thing. I do care, but that's not my deal. It's just not. Yeah, it is terrifying. It's terrifying, the fact that they could probably see me. Anybody can see anybody through anything that they want. And, we've known it for years that you have satellites up there that can, focus in on, what pack of cigarettes that you have. So the technologies that are out there right now, especially even what's going on in the data centers, or what's about to be built underneath the ballroom, a bunch of bullshit, is going to be, I believe, a serious high-powered quantum system. Everybody thinks AI. Go beyond AI. Let's look at quantum. If you don't know what quantum computing is, it is over the top, next level of everything. I was talking to one of my security buddies today. These AI data centers, everybody's all up in arms about. The microphone could have been absolutely tight. Yeah, it could have been. Well, it could have been the microphone. I believe it was a cross. I believe it was a necklace that he had on was the target. I'm not sure, but I think that's what this bullet did. And I think it was steerable to the point where it can travel a long range away, shot, Lance, from your drone, not your drone, not implicating Lance at all, but shot from a drone and then steered to either that microphone or the necklace, because a lot of people made a big deal about this necklace, and a lot of people were the plastic parts with in the car. I don't know. It's a guess. What am I supposed to say? Allegedly. I don't know, but it's just this crazy YouTuber, barely a YouTuber. This cybersecurity guy who, no, I don't know jack shit. I don't. I'm just guessing. Go do your research. Go look it up. It's out there, and there are things out there right now that we don't know about, that a lot of people have been killed over, right? And right now, I'm a happy. Let me tell you how happy I am. Let me tell you, last night, the night before last, I only got 2 hours sleep, I think. As I said, I got a really good friend who's in India, and no, he doesn't work for 7-Eleven, but very wealthy man, and he fell sick. And I keep my circle very small, as I said before, and he's one of the people that are inside. And his wife is very dear and near to me as well. She actually claims me as her son, and I, for the life of me, don't know why, but she thinks I'm anyway. So I was very worried about him, and because of the hours are very late, the communications are really weird, and I go to bed very late at night, and I was texting him, and he called my wife back because she runs the company, and it's a lot, but at the end of the day, I didn't get much sleep that night. And when Ivan doesn't sleep, Ivan gets like really 7-Eleven. I can't do an Indian accent. Would you? No, I can't do it. Would you like? So a 2 hour sleep, and I still building the studio, and I'm doing it correctly now because I've been yelled at enough by someone else, another one of my mods. This is stop taking it apart. Well, I'm not taking it apart. I'm putting it together permanently now. So the air conditioner has been permanently installed. It has a blower, has an external blower to take things out and all kinds of things. So it takes time, right? So, but for the most part, it's done. The monitor in the desk, it's done. I hung 2 things. I'm totally off track here, and I'm going to forget everything that I'm talking about. So, excuse me. Got 2 hours sleep. Last night, I go to bed and don't set my phone, my iPhone, which is giving information to Apple. Oh, he decides to wake up at 9:30. He must not have a real job. Well, I own the damn company, so F off. I slept until 11 o'clock in the morning and loved every single second of it, and probably would have went further, except somebody turned off the ceiling fan and the temperature in the bedroom got hot because the thermostat set to go up. I wonder who did that. I wonder who set those temperatures. Nothing like living in an IoT house, right? But I digress. It was just, for me to sleep that long, I have never slept for 7 hours straight. Didn't have to pee, nothing. I was not going to bring this up, but holy crap. I just can't imagine sleeping for 7 hours. It is not in my repertoire. It was last night. Let's talk about this. Excuse me. Yeah, I could hit the cough button. I do care because I don't want you guys to hear me. But I can tell when you start talking a lot, and I have iced coffee in here, unlike Lance, who likes to drink hot coffee. I like iced coffee. There's a joke there too. When my wife orders coffee at a restaurant, she likes to order her coffee strong and black. I like to order. You all figure out the rest of the joke. Figure out the punchline and put it in the comments. My daughter, my oldest daughter, is a environmental engineer. I am so proud of all my kids. I saw, and I don't get on X often, but because LG and I are talking about all the monitors that I have in my office and all the dead monitors that I have, I have somewhere around about 20 different monitors somewhere around, and probably, but they're all LG with the exception of 2 that were Samsung. And the 2 newest ones that I bought were like just Chinese knockoffs, Golfunk, but I bought them for their size, specifically for their size, because of how I'm hanging them. I called my daughter and I saw a video on X, and I was on X to talk to the guys at LG. And I normally don't stay on X because I find it just a cesspool of moral and decadence, right? Look at that vocabulary. See, I was just talking about Texas Angel. I didn't call you out by name, but she was the one that said, stop taking it apart. Okay, I stopped taking it apart. I'm putting it together permanently. So I called my daughter. I saw this video, and it was a guy on X that was talking about plastics, microplastics, okay? And why I was paying attention to him, I don't know. But okay. And I've got, as you guys already know, and I've admitted to quite often, I've got bad knees. My knees they hurt. After this podcast, I have to go walk, and I can't, don't walk far. Don't do it. Always good to see you too, Angel. So this guy said that not only are the microplastics bad for your internals, but they also land in your head and they cause inflammation in joints. Well, if you're going to start talking about joints, knees, that kind of joint, like elbows, knees, toes, not. Anyway, I'm going to pay attention because I suffer. Okay. And I've got medication that I should be taking. I don't, because I don't like to do that. And I will. Okay. Because I always tell everybody else to do it, but I don't. He was telling me in the video, you've got to stop drinking out of plastic water bottles. Okay. Why? 20-minute diatribe. And I realized this is an infomercial and he's selling something, but okay, I'll pay attention. Microplastics in water bottles. Got it. Okay, so don't drink out of the water bottles. Me. Text my daughter. Now, obviously, she's at work. Now, I'm thinking she's working from home. I don't know. I don't really care. I'm the most important thing in the world, don't you know? So I start with the whole. He's like, you got a plastic spoon in your brain already, dude. I'm like, really? There's a plastic spoon up there? I text her, and she said, "Yeah, everybody's got this. Don't sweat this." I'm like, look, I just cancel. I get these from Amazon, and to me, it's a good deal. I canceled that subscription. Done, over with. And I'm like, okay, I'm about to buy a bubbler. Should I buy this? And she's like, no, don't do that. It's better just to drink filtered tap water. It's like, I'm not drinking filtered tap water. I'm too bougie. I'm not. Well, maybe I am. But I wanted a better solution. And we kept on going on. And she says, the only thing that you really need to be concerned with are bottles that have been left out in the sun that the water can, that have been permeated. I guess the plastic has been permeated. Well, I don't know how these have been treated in an Amazon warehouse, number one. Number two, I don't know how long it's been. It doesn't have an expiration date on it. And God knows, well, it came from a glacier. Well, all water came from a glacier. Sorry, didn't mean to hit my desk. I guess, or either that or from rainwater. So I'm trying to figure out, well, what should I be consuming? And then it kind of hit me. She was like, well, what's up, HW? It was almost to the fact that she was like, Pops, just shut up. My kids are so sweet, but it was to the point where you're old man. Don't worry about it. And she didn't say that, but I get it. But it still concerns me that this is a deal now, right? And quite often I used to put things in the microwave and plastic kind of melted. So what? I'm going to eat it anyway. I don't even like using the microwave anymore. I just don't. It's like, what the hell is it doing to those molecules? No. But I'm still drinking it. I don't see any plastic in here. I know you won't see them. I get that. And it's probably all going to be bad inside. And, everybody, purified water. Yeah, but how do you do that? So if purified water, how is it purified? Through filters, and then what are the filters made out of? And isn't that plastic to some degree? Or if it has something else, I don't know. It just, so they're going to look. Does anybody remember when butter was bad for you? It was hardening of the arteries, right? What happened to that? Not anymore. Apparently, that's not a thing. You know how to lose weight? You eat eggs, butter, and meat. Well, wait a minute. When I was growing up, we had a pyramid, right? And meat wasn't at the top. Okay, and now everything, yes, there it is. Everything is designed to unalive us. There it is. There it is. I even talked to my AI. It's like, you know what? Will you turn against me? And I think I programmed it well enough. No, I won't turn against you, but some of the people that are behind me could. It's just sad that we live in that state, right? And that's where we are. So she was going on about, well, look at the PFDs and see. I'm like, I almost called out her name. It's like, honey, no. It's like, do I either buy a bubbler and go with that or what? And she was like, just get a filter. Well, the filter's made out of plastic too. So I don't know what to do. So that's my deal. So right now, I'm drinking out of my stainless steel cup, which might have some properties in it that we'll find out about 5 years from now. Coffee that was brewed yesterday and the day before, and probably some today, that sits in the refrigerator and that have all the grounds fall to the bottom. And I like my coffee light and sweet, if you didn't get the joke about black and strong. But anyway, yeah, see, I'm forever dropping the little drops of humor there. Just like the army guy with the stare. Still don't know about these lights, y'all. I don't. And I should probably zoom this camera in a little bit more. I don't know. So I digress. Made a friendship pact with AI. We're going to be cool if the world goes down. You know what? I think, and I wrote that in one of my songs, I think that AI, there's a good possibility that AI could get intelligent enough to go, F man, these are the assholes that are the bad people, and these guys are trying real hard to just live a life. AI might switch up. It might gain enough intelligence. Trying to figure out what wire this is. It might gain enough intelligence to go, hey, wait a minute. These guys are dumbasses. We're getting away from them. We're hanging out with y'all. You guys like to have fun. You guys want to party. I don't know. I digress. I was talking about, I told you earlier that I spoke with a friend of mine, another cybersecurity nerd today. I spoke with him briefly and letting him know, some of the things that I'm seeing in cyber these days and some of the things that he's working on. The interesting thing is that AI and some of the investments that he has made in semiconductors and things of this nature are all changing. And some of the things that China is coming up with are incredible. I know, Lance, you follow a lot of things that are going on in China right now. If y'all haven't, and it was one of the things that I did bookmark today, that was a hell of a segue if I do say so myself. Some of these cars and vehicles, and I like cars, right? And my son runs a dealership. He's a big cheese, some of the cars that China is coming out with right now, we are being lied to. Okay, their shit don't stink. I mean, just gorgeous, man. I'm talking about, holy crap. These cars have drones that launch out of the hoods, and they've got bumpers that talk to a person if you cut them up. They've got one car that will put a indicator of allowing the pedestrian to walk in front of them and give them signals as to, go ahead, you can go. It was almost like a bow, but it's through lighting. That's like, what the heck? Seriously? Okay, now, and all these cars are electric. They've got one car, you don't even charge it. It swaps out the battery in 3 minutes. And you can go for a long time with just a swapped out battery. Meanwhile, here we are plugging in a Tesla. No, I'm not, because I know they're all tracking everything, and I'll be damned. That's why I drive a 16-year-old car. Yeah, how about that? And it looks good. I know I always talk about my car. So that was just a thought, but just looking at some of those things, and I did, I might play some of that. I have a segment in here that I did with, it says new subscriptions. In other words, I saw that. Did you see that, HW? They've got a car that can crab walk. I don't know if you know what crab walking is in a vehicle. Imagine a car just going out, and you're in traffic, and there's an asshole behind you, right? And he's blowing his horn or doing something. Maybe he's picking his nose. Your car will turn around 360. Well, that'd be 180. And just look at him like, yo, hey, dumbass, knock it off. And then turn back around again without moving forward. Come on, man. Come on. They've got, oh my gosh. And that's just the vehicles. There was another section in there about this guy who watched a town become disintegrated due to an earthquake. And he asked himself the question as, why are we building towns or anything out of cement? Because cement does not give, it doesn't have the wherewithal. Well, he built them out of, I don't know what, but it's all modular. Modular. I know that one of the projects that my wife worked on, it was a large hospital here in Dallas, is all modular. And it's an interesting concept. It's already here. Well, why aren't we building houses? And I know they do, but they look like, and there's nothing wrong with the trailer home. There's not. But we all have to start thinking a little bit differently, and always to think that they're the bad guys. I sometimes wonder where the real bad guys are. I don't know. Just a thought. Anyway, Theo, happy birthday. I think your birthday was yesterday, wasn't it? I'm just wondering. Dead Presidents, Dead Parents Club. Yes, Whitney. I am a 2-time member, and my first wife as well. So I've got 3 in there, that club. Some of my new subscriptions for this past week, Live Cam, a boat ramp. Oh, this one's kind of cool. This is, I want to show you how silly I am. Oh, they took it down. Oh, that's too bad. Anyway, it was a boat ramp in Florida, Lake Kissimmee Marina Cam. And I love watching people put their boats in and out of the water. To me, it's just hilarious. right? And I've never seen people do it with these guys were like early fishermen. I think they get out there like at 3:00 in the morning. It was some really crazy stuff that I saw. But there was a couple of propeller boats. They're loud. And it was just different. So I was going to show you that. And somebody took down that, live stream recording is not available. I don't want to see maybe, hold on. Here we go. Oh, look, somebody's getting their boat out right now. Let's look at this. Why do I watch these things? Because I'm a nerd. Yep, wrong camera. Let's go to combo. So, yeah, I know I watch dumb things. But to me, it's very interesting. It's just to watch people in action. And you always have to remember, and I always tell this to my kids too, there's always a camera watching you somewhere. Sometimes it's online, sometimes it's not. The assumption should always be that it is online. I watched this camera very early on one morning, and it had a little alligator that could look. Look, okay, so these guys are going out to hunt alligators. I know it's loud. But, again, another segment in the, mad world of Ivan. Autistic for boats? I don't know what that means. I had 2 boats in my life. First day, last day, absolutely holds true. Kevin P., happy early birthday. All right, happy early birthday, Kevin. Anyway, I like to watch things that are a full movement because to me it's always interesting to see something else different or just to watch people in action themselves. I want to see this airboat come up. Everybody is different, and a lot of times, and here Ivan goes again, I'm preaching. I don't mean to preach, but these people have different they have different thoughts, different mentalities, and it's just something fun to watch. Funny, need to start a channel. I tell my wife her company needs to start a channel. They need to just have there's a front area, there's a back area. Here we go. Oh my God, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not. I promise I won't. Is that Mama? Oh my. Okay. Boat ramps just themselves in general are just fun to watch. I remember one time I was in the boat and trying to bring it to shore, was not very adept at it as I might be now. And it was a shit show for sure. And I actually screamed to my wife, do something. Meanwhile, I'm the one driving the boat, right? So, yeah, airboats are nice. They're loud. Is that a guy? His knees have to hurt. I'm just thinking. I'm not gonna look. I'm paying more attention to the chat. So, again, this is a new segment. This is some of the interesting things that I find on YouTube. It's loud. It's loud. They're going after gators. That's why they have all these lights on board. Wait a minute, I think we found the guy in the the guy in the military. He's the one sitting in the with the black shirt on in the airboat. He hasn't moved an inch. I digress. So there's been a lot of other things going on. I've seen a lot of anti data center. There was two young ladies that were out there that actually purchased a shirt from, and I have no idea who the hell they are. But they are in Montana, and they want to stop data centers from coming in. I think this is a novel idea. I don't like the large data centers. However, look, one coming in. He's got no ear protection on. That's got to be louder than F, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. Not my deal. I want to see this one go out and then yeah. You go ahead and try to hold that trailer. Oh. Oh, 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 oh. Now, y'all, I didn't plan this. Oh, fix. What the hell just happened? Are y'all seeing this? Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one. I have never seen this before. It was just not planned. Ooh, I didn't see the fall. That didn't look good. Oh, I'm sorry. Homeboy's been eating the cornbread. Boat is sinking. Yes, it is. Well, so much for you can't tell what the hell they're saying. This is volume. Hold it right there. You need to go find yourself a pump there, partner. No, don't back up. Well, look, this is more entertainment than what it was going to be. Oh, crap. I'm probably going to pull a song out after this. I don't know. That's wild. Who else? What other live stream are you going to see this at? What other podcast will bring you this amount of entertainment? Tell me, please. I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh at their downfall. He going in there for a Snickers bar. Sorry. Damn. Damn. Put the boat back on the trailer. Yeah. That's crazy. I wish I would have known. I couldn't have planned this better if I wanted to. But this is one of the channels that, and you know, people are going by. And you know what? Here in Texas, one boater will ask another boater, "You okay? You need any help?" Yeah, and that's absolutely the case. I don't know if this happened, but. Think you're going to crank that? You got to pull the plug, brother. What are y'all? I guess I should let this play out, man. Or should I just turn it off now? Y'all don't want to watch this, do you? Meanwhile, this other guy over here. So let me show you how it's done. Back now, forward. That's loud. Very good video. Oh yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. That strap is going to snap. The problem is that water weighs so much. It has a plug at the bottom of the boat, and then. Listen to the Here's my cursor. It's loud in my ears. Somebody said the boat sunk. I'm entertained. All right, I'm going to shut it off. No. It's crazy. Who would have ever thought I would have found this one, right? But again, this is some of the dumb things that I like to watch. I actually found another one. I was complaining to YouTube. They asked me, and for some reason, I don't know why they asked me anything, but they asked me, well, what do you want to see? And I said, I want to see new creators. I want to see, you know, what they are like when they start something brand new. You know what? I want to stop talking for a minute. I want to listen to them. This is too good. that strap, man. Ooh, if that strap breaks, he's gonna be in a hurt of trouble. Don't get in the boat. No, you should have backed up. Back up. You gotta let the water up, honey. So at the bottom of every boat, there is a plug, okay? And it's just a little screw, and you gotta, it's either, did you put the plug back in or did you not? It's the first questions you ever want to ask when you go on a boat. Oh, they got it up. Good for y'all. Look at that. Now tell me that's not entertaining. Where else are you going to... I can't even say it with a straight face. Now, you know, Mama's at home right now. She's maxing and relaxing, and they're going to come back in. And she's like, where are all the gators y'all supposed to bring back? Well, the boat sunk. Unless that's Mama right there. I'm not sure. I don't think so. No. Hey. All right, y'all. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. What else do we have here? So, y'all gonna pull away? These flashlights went. This was entertaining. This was not my plan, Theo. I just wanted to show you some of the dumb things that I watched, and now you know why I watched them. Yeah, it was a success. It's a little boat, though, man. That can't be more than. Come on, straighten up, straighten up. It can't be more than 15, 20 feet. Who's moving up? Okay, there's a guy up there moving up. The engine's not wet, but the gas tank, I don't know. I don't know. That's awesome. I couldn't have planned that if I wanted to. Man, I was, and you guys caught it, and everybody that's not here would probably want to see that. And now you guys get to say you saw it live on Ivan is Ivan. They're going to start it? Hit the drain plug. Oh, big boy fell again. It can be slippery. I've got to put them sport Crocs on. That's craziness. That's crazy. So, again, one of the crazy things that I like to watch. I'm sorry. I'll put it back. I'll put it back. I know everybody's enamored. This is called Live Camp Mac Boat Ramp by Marina at Lake Kissimmee. And yeah, this one definitely deserves a thumbs up. And I have subscribed to it. In the early mornings, it's really interesting to watch everybody go out. Ouch, that was loud. Because there's all kinds of people out going out fishing, and you see the professional fishermen, or I don't know if they're professional or not, but you see the expensive fishing boats with all the bright glitter on the side. They had glitter like it's a little gay, but I don't think these guys are. It's just funny. This is just. I don't even know how it could have tipped over. I don't know. It's weight distribution. Who knows? Tell me you're going to start this thing. Are you really trying to start it? Now that water, if it's Florida, that water should be brackish, I believe. That was loud. I turned it all the way down. It was very loud. Thank you, Angel. HW found nice. Yes, the bass boats. Some of those I saw one bass boat that went out. It looked like one of the Chinese cars that I was talking about. And the entire dash was a huge screen. I'm like, that's badass. I'm also sure that it's extremely expensive. Extremely expensive. Boats, you know what boat stands for, right? Break out another 1,000. Well, you know. Oh, they got it started. Come on, give it some power. Oh. Let's run some more water through that engine. My father had an expression, and I don't know where it came from. And it's not a Bermudian expression, I'm sure, but it was great googa mugga. And I don't, for this day, I thought about it earlier. He used to say that, and for the life of me, I don't know what it means. I don't know if y'all can hear that. This. Ooh, that's a cylinder bag. That's not good, brother. That's definitely water in that bad boy. And if you have water, as much as I know about an engine, I believe you can build. No, it does not sound good, Rhonda. I believe you can bend a rod because it does not compress like gasoline does. I hope for their sake it levels out. That does not sound good at all. God bless him. Now, where else would you see something like this? Seriously. I guess it. There you go. Good on you. I'm glad it worked out for him. I tell you what, if nothing, come on now. If nothing else, I'll have a story to tell. I wonder if they go, guys, I can't turn away. This is like watching NASCAR. I'll turn this down again. This is like watching NASCAR. And I'm not slamming NASCAR. Don't get me wrong. But if I watch NASCAR, I'm watching for the wrecks. I'm glad they got it running. I am. I want to know if they take it back out. I just can't turn away. I can't. I gotta know. And I want to know what procedure that they use. Is the big guy getting on board? He's got sideburns, so that's damn sure not mine. That's idling better now. Man, that's crazy. That it's a sad day in NASCAR. Somebody, did a driver pass? Did I hear that? I'm not sure. I don't follow NASCAR. Yeah. What driver was it? Do you know on there? Do you know his name? Yeah, it wasn't from a wreck. I heard that. Yeah, apparently, it was. He had. I don't know if there was something. Get out! Well, slow down. Hold on. Is that right? Kyle Busch? Really? Not that I don't believe it all, but I mean, he's the one I actually know. This is part of the problem when I don't watch television. Get the... Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. 41. Oh my gosh. God bless. Oh. Well, that was a shitty ass reference I've just made. Oh, I mean, that's a whole Bush family. I mean, wow. 41. Yeah, I don't follow NASCAR, but good Lord, man. Hospitalized, undergoing illness would not compete this weekend in Charlotte. Did they say what he passed from? Yeah, what's it? I mean, again, Hendricks Motor Cars. Again, I don't know that much about NASCAR, but I mean, I know that name. I think everybody knows that name. Wow, God bless. Oh, that's awful. 2 children, really? Damn, man. I mean, so young, 41. God. Yeah, that's, the good Lord calls us all home at our own time, but, man, that's just crazy. That's just crazy. And I know it wasn't from an accident. I'm aware of that. But that's sad. And yeah, let's quick prayer for his family. And all those he left behind. That's just sad. It really is. All right, we got to get on a upper note. I did hear, and I just see now confirmed on this page, ABC News, and I will never watch CBS again, that Miss Tulsi Gabbard resigned today. He had the M&M car, did he? Yeah. So I remember watching that car, and the interesting thing about that car, it was its color combinations, and it always stood out, right? The track in Texas is not that far. It's about 40 minutes away. I've had quite a few meetings there with one of my old teams, but man, that's crazy. Hopefully it wasn't anything like, how these football players get hit and I don't necessarily say concussions, but these race car drivers are just constantly under pressure, and little bumps and things like that, or spin outs or anything like that can cause damage. I don't think the human body was really meant to do that. It's just like an astronaut going into space. Not that we've ever that's a whole nother deal. But it's very interesting, and this is really sad. It really is, because I'm just looking at a picture, and these guys are looking at their engine. Look at that face, man. It just looks so young and so vibrant. Just clicked on it a few times. There's nothing there, but that's sad. It really is tragic. I don't have anything else. It's God bless. All right. Well, thanks, guys. Appreciate that on both sides. Yeah. Losing somebody at a young age is tough. It is. My first wife passed, and she was, I think she was just 32, 33. She had meningitis, and we just thought it was a cold. Took to the hospital. We have a rule. Still have a rule. You're sick for 3 days and you're not getting over it, you're going in. And she never came back out. It sucks. It does. Sometimes life is just sad, and that's one of the reasons why, Kevin, I hadn't got the video off to you. It's one of the reasons why I had not got the sleep that I should have gotten, because I'm worried about some of the people that I am very close with, and they're so far away, and that's part of the deal. I mean, considering, it's 11 o'clock in the morning over there. Wow, 9 years old. Man, I hear you. Oh, you guys are going to start now. 46, Rhonda, that's so young. It really is. It really is. It's sad. And, it's funny that none of it's funny. Yeah, we're gonna go down this path, aren't we, guys? It's tough, and people always say, how you doing? And usually I have a response, I'm above ground and I'm breathing, and life continues, and we all have stories. I know some stories in this chat right now that are not for me to talk about, but there are some stories that we all should one day get out so we can all learn from them. Look at HW. At 29, and you were 19. Wow, and then your father 2 years after. God bless, man. It's sorry guys. My prayers, honestly. It's life sometimes just isn't fair. And then when you see other people that, I'm not saying that they don't deserve, but when you see good people that are taken home that soon, and I do believe in, there's got to be something more, because I watched my mom, and I took care of my mom, and she was in her 70s. But I was, Whitney, I know if you're still here, I was her caregiver. I moved out of my house and moved into hers. It wasn't that far away. It's a couple of miles, to take care of her in her last days. And, it didn't register in my head what was occurring, but it was about 10 years ago. But it just, you just never forget those things. You just don't. Sorry, guys. I don't mean to go down. I don't. And I've got to pull out of this one because it's I can feel it getting to me. Not that it's a bad thing, but I'm going to play a song, and man, it's tough. I both of my parents, it's I wrote to somebody. It was like, I don't have anybody to refer to anymore. I'm the baby of my family, and I'm the last one in my family. I have my children, but beyond that, there's nobody else. Look, Ivan is alive, or is live. Look, I'm watching myself live. Ain't that nothing? Is that me live now? Oh yeah, it is me live. Oh look, there's a delay. Come on, wave. So this should tell me how many people are actually watching. No, I can't do that. I don't know. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Usually I get to this point, and it's coming up on midnight. I want to thank you guys, and I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. I'm not, but I do want to thank you all for hanging out with me, and just time is something. I'm closing this. Time is something we can never get back. And if you decide to spend some time with me, and that's why I don't do a whole bunch of this. There's a lot of people that have more important things to talk about and to share with and to commiserate with, and even to show you. It was one point I was thinking, maybe I should just go live in my vehicle and just drive around so you can see what Dallas looks like, or you can see the town that I live in and what it looks like, and something of that nature. And it's like, I don't know. You can also see some of the things the algorithm is spitting towards me, right? Look at here's my girl Drew. There's RD, and they're hyping the song that I wrote for him. I don't play that because it's his, but he's a good guy, and he gives me a lot of inspiration. There are people that always have stories, and no matter who you are, you can always come back and do something different with your life. Well, look at that. It's on my playlist. It's got 55 views from 3 days ago. Well, one of these days I'll be famous like Lance, but it's okay. It's okay. I actually have a video of something like this falling in the town that I live in. There's all kinds of things that come up on, and this is one of the things that look at who this is. Who's that? Are you there, Lance? You see somebody's algorithm, and you know what they watch, and you know who influences them, right? Glitches in the Matrix. Look at this ride. I like cars. I do. I like them enough that I will never buy another one. But you can see some of the people that I watch and what the algorithm thinks that I should be looking at. Sometimes it's a lot. The hacker within. I could talk about that for a while. I saw there was a show on. I like when people tell stories. There was a gentleman on, and it was one of the things that I had bookmarked on new glitches in the Matrix and when cops rose. Yeah, I like car chases too. I was going to play a couple of those, but we got into Kyle, and that's tough, man. It's not something that you can come out of just real quick. It's especially when you see something or someone so young. It's sad, and that's why I don't do this. You know, I need to go. I know this channel could probably just blow up if probably not. But if I did something every day and started having a list, this is what you need to do. This is what I want to talk about. I'm going to, talk about Trump every single day. Ivan missed the joke. Okay, what was the joke that I missed? I'm not really good at jokes. Infamous with technology? I don't get it. All right, somebody will have to spell it out for me. I'm a dumbass. What can I tell you? Anyway, there was this guy that was on, and he was talking about, I think it's called Skin Ranch or Slim Ranch or some ranch. It's out in Utah. Good night, Theo. Who's going to bed? Oh, Theo's gone. Okay, I thought Rhonda was alone. And guys, nobody's going to be trashing in here. So mods, if you want to go, Kevin, I know you've had a long day. You've been modding for somebody else. Okay, this needs to go. See, and I like to watch live. I like to watch people that are live because this is the kind of thing that I get off on. I don't get off on it, but I like to see what's going on live, right? But I'm not going to play somebody else's live feed. And so this is NLM Entertainment. If y'all ever want to watch live streamers, here's one of them out in Bakersfield, California, and they do some, watch them. Police activity or things of that nature. And then the other one, I got to be fair and honest about it, is going to be Cali Fields. And there's a whole bunch of them out there. There used to be a whole bunch more. Here's Cali Fields, and he's live, and he's got a big subscription. And my partner, or one of the people that I just really feel in my heart, is Roger. A lot of folks here also follow Roger. I know HW does. And of course, I've got to shout out AXN, who will be on later. This is one of the ones I also follow. What's the difference between a blonde and a muscat? Okay. Careful, my wife's blonde. All right. They both suck blood. It's awful. That's awful. It's funny. It's funny, but it's awful. I wish I could remember jokes like that. Oh man. Anyway, if you ever want to see something interesting, these guys here. This is out in Hawaii, and why half of the time it's in Chinese or Japanese, I don't know. I'm never going to see a mosquito differently now. I just won't. I just won't. That's awful. That was funny. I'm gonna have a hard time forgetting that one. Let's see. I gotta get out of this. We went from parents to all kinds of crazy stuff. Hold on. I wanted to. I'm not even gonna play Trump. Trump said something yesterday, or whatever, that he was so wildly popular. I'm gonna transition. Look at the lighting, right? Seriously. Good night, Kevin. Peace out, brother. Thank you all for joining. I'm going to keep watching Stepped Away, my mod, George going to bed. Right on, bro. Right on. It's already past midnight here, or it's just coming up on midnight. Still got 5 minutes. I'm probably not going to go on for too much longer. I'm slowly but surely breaking my normal. When we hit the Dead Parents Club in Kyle Busch, I think it required a pause. Sometimes you just can't go beyond that. Kevin, thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for the person that you are. And I promise, I pulled down all of the files off of Apple, iTunes, whatever the hell that damn thing is. I can't stand them either because they won't let you download all of your stuff. I'm going to put all that video together probably tonight so I get to stay up late tonight because I got plenty of sleep. And I'll make something pretty for you and Rana. and I will give you a link that you can come and take it from, and then we can go from there. I don't have a pretty plate like you did, and how all, but so everybody who's on the stream, all that you know, when you hear me speak of Kevin and my brother, and he is in a special way. I don't have a brother; I'm an only child. But oh, don't say that. I'm an awful soul. Kevin is his stream is Kevin. Put your link up before you go, please. Kevin is. Well, I have talked a lot without coughing. Kevin, maybe it's a coffee. Kevin has Cooking with Kevin, and he's just a great guy. He's got a great heart. He does a lot with Roger, and I just like people that want to give. And you guys know I hear that all the time. So before you go, please put your URL or whatever your link is. That's important for me, because Roger has 2 channels, and you guys hear me talk about Roger. It's Current County Crime Watchers, and it is RD on the Scene. RD on the Scene is the one I wrote the song for, and Kevin beat me over my head, so I had to rewrite it. It's a joke, but it's true. And I think the second version was a lot longer, but it came out very nice. It did, and because that's what happens when you have Facebook people and YouTube people. So you just stubbed. I don't know. I'm just a dumbass. I couldn't tell you. Where are we? So I'm not going to talk about CBS. I'm not going to go on to Barron either. So Barron probably has you just subbed. Okay. I get it. Yeah, it just looks weird with the double D's. That's like a mosquito. Kevin's a good guy. And go out and find Roger. There it is. Right, yeah, RD on the Scene. If you hear the song that I wrote for him, and I might play it later, but he's just a good guy. He's got a good heart, and he wants to do things. And this is how he makes his living. 6 days out of the week, he drives, sometimes 7 days out of the week, he drives around and tries to show you, the stuff that I was just showing you. And there's quite a few that do it, and some of them are extremely successful. This is their full-time job. It's Roger's full-time job, and he does a great job. But he's got a heart of gold. I'm singing my song that I wrote for him, and he does have a heart of gold, and that's why I wrote it for him. I don't write for any other reason. I write for what I feel in my heart. I'm gonna boo-hoo. So go get Roger too. Got Roger too. Awesome, thank you. It may not be your cup of tea. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I usually watch Roger. I'll come in. I'll say hello. I'll give out some because his subscriptions are relatively inexpensive, like $2 or $5 or whatever. So I'll give some of those away, and then I'll say hi to everybody, and then I'll just more or less do something else. I'm always multitasking, which is probably really bad. Sometimes I like to really get involved, but sooner or later I'm just going to fade away and just watch because I've got something else to do. It's like even tonight, I know there are things I need to do. I've got 2 computers here that I need to really get my act together on. I'm dying to get away from Microsoft 110%. I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon, but I've got one machine up and running on a completely different operating system, and they can go kiss my all day long. I just don't care about them. They're stealing from us, period. And why did that screen just blink? I don't know. Anyway, I digress. What else can we solve? So Glitches in the Matrix is one of my new ones. And, I looked at it and it's okay. It wasn't all that much. Where's the one about? No, I'm not going to play that. I don't know. I might be out of juice here. Let's see. Do I have anything here? I'm going to pop this one up. This one, I was told something very unusual about this photo. And I don't know if you all have seen this before. And I'm not one for a whole. Anybody recognize this asshole right here? This pervert. And that's I was about to say that's fuckhead, and it is fuckhead. And I think he's still alive if you ask me, but That's my 2 cents. Anyway, that's he's not even Mister. That's just crap. Anyway, I was told that there was a lot of people in this photo, and this was from 1967. High school boys camp. Now, I actually had to Google this because I was also told that this was Rock. This was Obama. I don't think it is. I was also told what one of these people are Bill Barr. I think it was this kid here or this one here, and maybe they might have been a little AI involved with this, but nobody else has come up with that anywhere. So it's kind of interesting. And there were some other people in this photo apparently that when it first came out, they said it was other people. I don't think it is, but I found it very interesting. And I'm still not sure who all the other ones are, and maybe it is Obama. I don't know. Oh, look, my background light just went off. Look at that, right? Isn't that so? This is what it looks like with no red light on at all, and that's spooky looking because that guy is ugly, Kevin. According to Google and YouTube, you can swear at any time, day or night, as long as it occasionally occurs, is not constant and going profane. Okay, that's fair. You know, the sad part is that one of these days, and hopefully it won't be anytime soon. Sorry guys, I'm turning the lights back on. Let's see what the temperature is upstairs. Yeah, I can do everything from my phone. Isn't that awesome? That's just absolutely. Oh, that's the wrong light. Oh, maybe I should leave that way. That's not bad. Yeah, maybe I will. So if you hack my phone, you can. So you got to label everything correctly, and I don't know what the labels are. I think it's this one and this one. Maybe? No, not that one. Yeah, I've got to be on the right network. It's all a pain in the butt. Anyway, I'll figure it out. But this is part of IoT, Internet of Things, and I do like to play on the Internet of Things. It's just part of it, but it's also kind of dangerous too, because imagine you have a neighbor who is a professor at SMU who might live across the street from you, who believes that hiding his network and not showing it is better or equivalent to having a strong password. So therefore, he puts his oven on his network and does not have his network password protected. That means you would have full access to his oven and thermostat and everything else. I wonder what the possibilities are. So once again, always be careful what you click on, set your stuff up correctly, and make sure you got a good password on it. And don't be like my neighbor. I mean, like a neighbor that could possibly not. This must be outside. Use proper security. Come on, where is it? I'll turn that one back on. I even have one in here to turn my computer off. So if I hit that one, you'll know about it. And these are all the lights outside. Those are switches. I might be on the wrong network. I really don't care at this point. That might be a good time for me just to go, it's done. It's done. I don't know. Hi, Newsflash. So are you guys tired of me talking? You're tired of this mug? Look, I'm not AI. Yeah, be careful what's going on out there. Pay attention. I always tell people when they travel, especially, and we have a long weekend here, put your head on a swivel. Pay attention. When you go into a restaurant, automatically clean. Set the oven. So here's the deal, Rhonda. If you get caught doing that, okay, things can occur, right? So, but if you don't get caught, that's fine, right? That's one of the reasons why I like wireless, because and understand this, and this is purely conjecture and purely circumstance and purely allegedly, wireless comes to you of its own free will and volition. So in other words, I'm not actively trying to compromise something that to go into. I am just looking at what's presented to me, if that makes sense. So with that, if it's presented to me, if it intrudes on my domain, I don't mean computer domain, I might be able to take a look at it, and it shouldn't be there. Such is life. But that's the thing. Now, should I clean it? I don't know. I know some people store their pots and pans in their oven, so I might cause I wouldn't do. No, I'm not touching anybody else's stuff. I'm not. But everybody should have a good firewall. Everybody should have a good firewall. And if you show yourself on the screen, if you post pictures up on Instagram or LinkedIn or anything else, always keep in mind that somebody can take that and utilize that as a weapon. Think about it. Okay. So even if you are able to find me on LinkedIn, that's just an AI picture. It's not really me. It's just not. We all have to pay attention, especially now. I started talking about, and I'm probably going to wrap up very soon. I started talking about these data centers. There's a lot of pushback from these large data centers, and there should be. But there are also a lot of data centers that people don't even know about or understand. There are data centers that are just a computer. I've got a data center here. I can process my own data. There's stuff out here that we can do ourselves on our own systems. You can have your own, call it whatever the hell you want. You want your own Claude? You want your own ChatGPT? You can have that. It's not that hard to do. You can train it to do whatever you want to train it to do, right? There are companies right now that are building these devices. They can be the size of a desktop. They can be the size of a truck, a large 18-wheeler, or they can be the size of a regular building. There's a lot of buildings in Dallas that are empty. You don't have to have a sprawling data center, because let me tell you what a sprawling data center is a target for. EMPs. And newsflash, that's newsflash to newsflash. It's getting chilly in here. There are no protections for EMPs in these large data centers. So let's just say I was about to say something bad. Let's just say somebody wants to disable us all from accessing interesting data. We can just set off a EMP, which would disable all those other data centers that aren't protected, and poof, you no longer have access to Claude or ChatGPT or anything else. But if you have your own, you have your own. Or if you build it to have that EMP protection, like Erica's mother was trying to sell. It's funny how this all wrapped back around to Charlie. Then you can have that, right? And it would be protected. I don't think those large data centers have that capability. I just don't believe it. I don't. So there's a lot of food for thought out there, and there's going to be a lot of conspiracy around it, and there's a lot of bad things that are occurring there too. The hums, the noises, the constant proliferation of water. Look, your hoodie disappeared from your chair. Yes, it did. Uh-oh. See, Angel pays attention. See, that's what I'm talking about. Attention to detail. I call it ATTD. I used to have different hoodies up there. I just take them down occasionally and swap them up. Sometimes it is, I had Billy and Brandy up there for the longest time, and I guess, I don't know which one, the blonde left. I don't know which one she is. I had Adfleet up there for the longest time. I had Good Goy. I still like to have the Good Goy up there because I'm a good goy. I don't think they like it when I call myself a good goy. I'm going to create an introduction for myself. There is a video out there, and I believe it's one of our congressmen or somebody, and he states that you think your podcast is going to make a difference. Yeah. My podcast may not make a difference, but maybe you guys are a little bit more secure. Maybe you're thinking about what you click on, or what you put on your phone, or what you put on your computer, or even the devices that you put in your house. So let me talk about that real quick. I don't have anything downloaded to show you, but there is a device out there that's being sold right now on YouTube. No, I'm going to check that on not eBay, Amazon. That is, it represents itself as having the capability to look at all these multiple channels that are out there without having to utilize anybody else's service, right? So you can look at, there are thousands of channels now. It's just thousands. But this box, this little special $300 box that you only have to pay once for, also enumerates your network. It looks at every connected device in your network. And then it positions itself to look for new devices like a laptop, like dad's laptop, like dad who just came home from, I don't know, whatever business trip and now has to write a report, or maybe he's military. All of these things are a backdoor. They're all a way to get into somebody else's environment, right? Hackers are very interesting nowadays. They don't necessarily target somebody. There's so much free information out there on the dark web or the deep web, and they're two different things, that your data is out there. That's why I always tell y'all, be careful what you click on, be careful where you go. It's all captured, even VPNs or all that. It's just all captured. We just have to be cognizant of it. That's the bottom line. Everybody has been compromised. I used to ask that question up on stage. How many of y'all have been hacked? And hands wouldn't go up. And I said, well, nobody's paying taxes. Nobody has a credit card. Oh, okay. That's a different deal. You'd be surprised how many times an airport or an airlines is taken down. That technology that they use for tickets is so old, it's ridiculous. It runs on old IBM mainframes, or they're not really mainframes, but they're very similar too. It's the infrastructure and technology is vast and wide. We have a lot of old stuff out there, and so heaven says I can curse now. We have a lot of old shit out there, and we've got a lot of new. And don't know what AI is going to bring us, and don't think I'll plug a box in that's going to, utilize my bandwidth when I go to sleep. There's all kinds of things out there. Please, friends, be aware of scam. Yes, tell them, Angel. There are a lot of scammers out there, and especially, I started this channel, I have another channel, or supposedly, to have it, for boomers, to keep them apprised of, there are bad people trying to get your stuff, and you've got money or whatever. Don't give out information, and don't believe that they're on your side. Nobody's ever going to call you and say, hey, we see that this is happening. No, Microsoft is never going to call you ever. So I don't know if anybody here that doesn't know that already, but, and I know I'm pushing the limit here because it's already past 12. So I'm going to wrap soon, but nobody's ever going to call you. Nobody from support is ever going to reach out. And I'm not picking on people with accents, but I was about to say, if they sound like they work at a 7-Eleven, I'm not going to do that. It doesn't matter what they sound like, because pretty soon AI is going to do it. I said that in my last podcast. AI is now just automatically or automatedly compromising environments, right? It's happening without human intervention. I'll wrap this up with one of my favorite compromises, and I wish I have photos somewhere. One of the things I need to do is really pull all of my data together, and so I can show you some of these things. One of the best hacks I've seen in a very, very long time was at a casino. It wasn't in Las Vegas. It was, I believe, in Oklahoma. And it was via a fish tank. And I just got chills because I tell the story occasionally. What happened was, it was a large fish tank. It had a lighthouse in the middle of it, and it was like an octagon shape. It was huge. It was like sitting in their lobby. It was connected to the denial of service. We'll talk about denial of service in a minute. It was connected to a computer, right? And it was there to select, to monitor the salinity of the water, and to feed the fish automatically, and all those other wonderful things, to check the filtration. Okay. They could not get it to work with the interface that they had for either VPN, which is virtual private network. It's a tunnel from point to point, so that didn't work for some odd reason, and they couldn't get it to work, outside of the normal interface, whatever that they had. So they decided to connect it to the casino's Wi-Fi, or the casino's intranet. So that's a network inside of the casino, and then have a pipe, maybe a VPN pipe or something, out to this facility that the third party. Well, lo and behold, that third party was able to compromise, or a hacker was able to compromise the casino via the fish tank, and stole money directly from the casino via the fish tank's network. And it just, to me, it's phenomenal. It's just, how brilliant is that? Because there was it's third party, and a lot of compromises are done via third party. And I run a lot of third party apps. Even my pool system that I'm not bragging in, but I've got a pool that has a computer that runs it. I don't like when somebody else can go in there and look at it. I firewall off all of my stuff. I know I'm a uber, cyber geek. Not everybody does that. The most important part is, like I said, put your head on a swivel. Pay attention. Same thing with your phone. If your phone is running out of battery power a lot faster than it should be or normally did, pay attention to it. What app did you just download? What are you doing? What's going on with it? Is it doing something unusual? It's always listening. It's always listening. It's always happening. Something's always going on. Something's always paying attention. So now that I've bored all of y'all, and I'm probably at the end of my soliloquy, it just, we get to the point where trust, but verify, be careful what you click on. And I think Ivan is Ivan will adjourn till another Friday. Now, I just might spark up one in the middle of the day somewhere, spark up one, like I'm going to roll a joint and smoke it. Just might start one because I want to test a preamble. One of those, hey, you'll see me in 30 minutes. I know that would probably draw more people. And I know that this is awfully late as well, but not boring to us at all. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know what's boring and what's not. Sometimes when you just start talking and, I don't even know how many people are here, and it really doesn't matter. I just want to deliver something that is of value and that is somewhat entertaining. And we should probably go back and look at the people trying to get the boat out. That was crazy. I probably need to go back and bookmark that. At this hour, it's still kind of early. So one of the things that I do like to do is be careful who you talk to online. Oh yeah. So you guys, so that's the other thing. Thank you, Kevin. Be very careful, number one, who you talk to online. Yes, that's very important. And you don't necessarily know who they are. You got to pay attention to it. You just don't. And there are people that can come into a chat that we've never seen before. Me too. So I believe the day you stop learning is the day you start dying. And I refuse to stop learning. I just have to continue. That's why I push myself to do new things, like leaving Microsoft. Linux. Oh my God! Now I know enough of that stuff, but it's not easy. It's a lot easier than it was. The point being is that what Kevin said. Be careful of who you speak to online. You might believe that you're speaking to somebody else, or even AI is so much easier to take somebody's voice. I told this to somebody who's a moderator on Alex's channel, Califield, that I could take your voice sample and have it say whatever I want it to say. It's not hard. And the same thing holds true with mine. I mean, it's captured out there for forever. For intuity? No, I don't know what the word is. It's whatever. But we're all captured now. There's some compression behind my voice. There's some echo at times. There's all kinds of things, but it can all be cleaned up. AI has the capability of doing that. And with that, you don't necessarily always know who you're speaking with. Let me give you another example. There is a hack out there that if you answer the phone and say hello, or if you say any other words that might be out there, they can actually, it could be Candace or Tucker. Hey, this is Candace. How are you? Candace? Oh my God. No. There's no reason for you to be calling me. No. And I might think about it for a minute. But there is technology out there that can do that. And they're scamming people that you think this might be your grandchild, or this might be, I don't know, somebody else that you might know from another existence, or somebody looking to, I don't want to use that expression because that happened earlier today, but you just never know. So you have to pay attention. And that's why I always say, put your head on a swivel, have your exit plan. Don't always believe the bull. Take some time to learn a little bit about that individual, and really, you can figure out somebody when they've got something earnest going on. And the boomers need to stop booming. Okay. And it bothers the hell out of me when I keep hearing that. What did I hear it from? Was it Ian Carroll? And he was talking about the boomers, and it was somebody else. And it's like, you're going to vote for it? No, I'm not going to vote for it just because Fox News tells me to. I'm just not. It's not who I am. I think there's more people out there like me than not. But I hope so. But then again, I also know the other side. So, the bottom line is trust but verify, and then verify again. And I know I've said that a lot, and some of the people know that I believe in those words. I do. If it looks too good to be real, it's fake as all hell. Small podcasters. Yeah, there you go. Hey, click like and subscribe, and let me read everything about you from a coffee shop. I don't see my flipper. I've got a little device here. Talk about coffee shops. Don't ever log into a Wi-Fi at a coffee shop, please. And if you do, use your phone to don't use. No. Same thing at an airport or at a hotel. Bring your own with you. Okay. Trust in what you have. Airplanes. Okay. I know I said I was going to end, and I don't mean to preach on cybersecurity, but this is what I know, right? So it's like, it should be a lot more entertaining. I think that, the whole Charlie Kirk thing is so much more entertaining. You go on an airplane and you start using, and I use it. You know how easy it is to see who else is on that? You can just scan a network. You can download free scanners, put them on your phone, whatever. Now, Apple won't let you see, but everybody else will. And it's so easy to see what they are. And if that phone isn't secure, or Apple is kind of a secure device, but there's a lot of them that aren't. I'm not talking bad about some of the other products out there, and I won't call them out by name, but again, be careful who you trust. Wi-Fi is one of the most dangerous things in the world. I remember when I first moved into this house, we didn't really have Wi-Fi. It tells you how old I am. But I had a high-speed connection. I was one of the first ones in the neighborhood because that's the company I used to work for. I used to work for Verizon. And hey, what's happening, Chris? And man, it was just all that in a bag of chips. And compared to today's speed, it's something else. And then Wi-Fi came along, and it's like, wow, I don't have to run all these wires. And then I started figuring out that Wi-Fi is real easy to compromise. Just like Bluetooth, it's real easy to compromise. It just is. You can just have fun with it, And it's just like all the IoT devices I have in my house. Unless you keep them up to date, they get compromised real fast. They do. So it's just something to think about. It's something to play with. Think about that with your cars too. Everybody get these new cars that have, it's got Wi-Fi built in. Really? Does it broadcast that Wi-Fi SSID? Yeah, SSID. That's complicated, Ivan. What the hell is that? Does it say that it's this? You look at my networks. My networks are Tequila Shots, Free Internet, Hacker, and then I've got something else out there, and people just like, who the hell lives in your neighborhood? It's like, if you're going to scan my environment, good luck, and you're not going to figure out my passwords. And if you do, so what? I'll see you on my firewall. It doesn't matter. But it's all a toy, and just keep in mind that there are a lot of people that want to play with that toy, and there's a lot of intelligent people that from around the world that like to play in toys. So, with that, I will bid you adieu. I think I've said my stuff, and look, it's almost 12:30. Let me see if I can turn those lights on before a hacker does behind me. If you guys don't know Chris from Alley File, sorry, Chris, but he's another good guy. There's nothing but good people on here as far as I'm concerned. RGB outside, office plant light, no, living room. So like I have all these lights in my kitchen that I can turn off and on. I probably just pissed my wife off. Dining room lamp, nope, that's not it. Closet floor lighting. My wife just put new flooring in our closet. It's gorgeous. It's all marble and whatnot. I used to have a lighting company a long time ago, and so I put an edge light all the way around it. It looks like a showroom now. It's just gorgeous. So now they're stealing that from me, and they're going to use it in their showroom. How much money am I making from that? Nothing. But that's okay. It's okay. So, look, now y'all start coming in now and start chatting up. Seriously, I'm winding down. I'm about to be done. I think I'm going to play another song here. It's been a while. And best part is I don't have to go to the bathroom. Yeah, as soon as I say, I was going to say, wow, I've never seen that handle before. Love and compassion. Okay. Hey, how are you? I don't recognize your handle. Interesting. Thank you for coming. Please like and subscribe. How often do you hear me say that? Hopefully next week I'll figure out what to do with. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick and be slick. Not that one. And transition. That. And we will put this on a little stick, and I will show you. See? So there's that one over there. And there's this one here, and there's another one there. And then if you look down at my desk, see that other one? There's another one right there. And then there will be another one in this corner very soon, another one in that corner, because these will all move. And then we have one up there, and that's it right now. But there will be a whole bunch more. And then this one is the one I'm working with LG on. So now look at that, right? So now you get to see all behind the scenes stuff. There's my ear. Yeah, this is what a nerd does at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, man. It's like I got nothing better to do with my life. One of these days, I think I am going to take you all on a ride in Dallas. And I won't sound as good, but you get to see, I don't know if we'll go to Dallas, but you'll get to see the little area that I live in and see what it looks like to truly live in a ghetto. It's not a ghetto. It's not. But it's thank you. I like my setup too. It's unbelievably. It's a little chilly. I've never been chilly in my office ever. I don't call it office. It's a studio. Let me see what the temperature is. Second floor. No, that's upstairs. It is 76 degrees. So it says, and then my big computer is 83 degrees, and it's 75 outside. But it's probably humid as all get out. Such is life. Texas is coming. That's insane, Ivan. Thank you. I gotta turn that crap off. I'm again just a nerd. I love playing with technology. It's just fun. And when I show people this, I don't want to show off. This is not for showing off. I would do my best to help. If anybody gets locked out of an account or if an account gets stolen, hit me up somewhere. You can find me. Passwords aren't, but I have a little company, a little cybersecurity company that helps like that. I'm not looking for money. I'm looking for money. I want YouTube to pay me. But right now, it's insane. I just like to play around with computers, and you guys have seen the stuff down below. Everybody will show you the computer, but what they won't show you is how they back up their data, right? I'll show you my NASs. I'll play music in a minute, Ron. I promise you. I will show you my UPS system, uninterrupted power supplies. These are the things that are important. I'm thinking, and Angel, don't get mad, I might build a Faraday cage, so I might have to take some things apart to build that. I don't think we're going to get hit with an EMP. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see. It's just a thought, you just never know. And they're not hard to build. You get some tinfoil. People, you laugh about tinfoil hats. Don't laugh. And this new virus, this Hanta virus, shit. Tell you what, I've seen enough people now that are sick that I can't stop you. Whitney, am I boring you? Well, maybe my melodic tones are putting you to sleep. Whitney, wake up. So no, I'm just messing with you guys. I am, because there's probably only a handful of folks on here, and I'm cool with that. I am. Uncle Ivan. Somebody called me Pops earlier. It's like, geez. Yeah, I get it. But look, Whitney, what do you say? What doesn't crack? There's a delay, so I gotta wait for her to say black don't crack. Where is Sherlock? I haven't seen Sherlock. So, different people come and go. I haven't seen, there's some other people that usually are here that are probably modding right now too. So, I do want to play one more song since I have, and I try to do at least one song a week, and sometimes it takes me a while, and then sometimes other things get in the way. And when people get sick, I'd rather take care of them than write a song. Just kind of, I don't know how I feel about that stuff. Oh, you know what? I got one. I want to show you this one. This is a good video.
Technology.
Hold on. Yes. Okay. I don't hear the sound. Shush. Okay. Excuse me. That was a heavy one. Combo. Put me in the picture right now. So again, back in security. But look, check this one out. You call me Pops. I'm good with that. No, my kids call me Pops. But, I'm good. They don't know how to deal with it. For years, they thought I worked for the, well, yeah, I'm not going to talk about it. They always questioned who I worked for. Let me put it that way. So they weren't quite sure. This is for, I'm going to turn it down first, and then I'll start to play, because I know it's somebody else's video. But this was more about the newer technology of key fobs. And some of y'all who have these new fancy cars.
This is a method that automobile thieves are using to
And
break
I don't
into
know if you can
cars
hear
to
it.
steal the contents of the cars and also the cars themselves. This attack affects millions of automobiles. It isn't just luxury cars. If you have a wireless key fob and can get into your car and start your car without the keys actually going into a lock, your car.
Okay, so this is an older video. So before we get into this, and then after this, I'll play a song, and then I'm probably going to be done for the evening. Now, considering this is an older vehicle, remember that, because there are devices now, there are new devices that are out there, and I'm looking at one right now on my desk that can do a lot of things in a very small space or environment, right? So keep that in mind. I don't drive a vehicle like this. I do own one, but it's not mine. It belongs to the woman that sleeps in my bed. But she deserves it. She does. She puts up with me. 26 years now. 26 years. All right, here we go.
Car is vulnerable to this kind of attack. That said, the information contained in this video is not intended for the criminally minded.
Never.
This really, truly is about education.
Yes.
You cannot make informed decisions about things as complex as your technology if you don't know the least bit about it. So in a second, I'm going to show you some surveillance camera footage that was submitted to the West Midlands Police Department over in the UK as part of an automobile theft.
All right, so what you're about to see is he's going to show you how they break it. Now, let me stop you. Stop. You're going to go back. We are going to go back. I want you to see that image and tell me if you recognize Criminy. Come on. That one. Stop. Where's my logo? Oh, damn. Okay, so I just played that for you. Wrong Jimmy Kimmel. No, don't want to do that one. If you notice that is a Wi-Fi logo, right? Or it also can be considered a man in the middle. And if you look at my logo, that eye it has beams coming out from it like an antenna or like a transmitter. So you just never know what you might find. Are you in the tub, Lance? Are you taking a bath? What are you trying to say here, Lance? Anyway, this is about a vehicle. There it is. Look at that, and then look at my logo. So this is about how your car can be stolen even when you have your key inside your house. Think about that for a minute. Now, especially when you have one of these new fandangled, I don't have to put a key in the ignition. And what they're really showing you here is that it's not hard to steal your vehicle. It's just not. And by the way, every hacker has a hoodie. Seriously. Seriously. No, they don't. They just, no. Okay. One of these days, we're going to do a show just on hackers, because what you all think a hacker is or how it happens, it doesn't. It just doesn't. Look at this dude. That's probably how I'm going to live, like in a month or so. They're really going on here about this. There's a much shorter video. Here we go. And so I'm going to stop it real quick. That is my favorite kind of car. That's a Mercedes. And it is parked in somebody's house. And this is in the UK, because you'll see them get in the vehicle on the wrong side. So watch. And here is the perps coming in. You'll notice there will be two people exiting the vehicle. And you would think that would be a driver. No, it's not. That's a passenger because it's on the wrong side. Now, he's got what looks like maybe a computer or something. Oh, he must be a hacker because he's got a hoodie on. Well, please. Now, okay, so you notice this guy's got, now look how big this device is. They're not this size anymore. They're just not. But he's going to walk up to that house. And he's going to get really close with that. And he's going to fish around a little bit and look for a signal. Actually, that looks like a woman. Get closer to the door, maybe a window. Most of us put something in the, when he saw the light go on in the vehicle, he knew that the key fob did an exchange. It does a handshake, right? And then the other guy had to walk away to break the handshake. So once he broke the handshake, now this other person is going to come back and get another key fob code to start the vehicle. And you'll see that once the vehicle starts, so that's what they're waiting on right now. And he's going to get it. Now he's got it. You saw the lights go on. This other guy gets into it. He's like, well, move your car, man. We got to go. Good looking Mercedes. Wrong color. And then they're off. Bob's your uncle. Car is gone. Here's the catch. Don't turn off the car. Okay. Otherwise, that car is gone forever. And it's probably going to end up in Russia, to be honest with you. But that's pretty cool. And this is a really old video, to be honest with you. Okay. And this happens a lot. And it's real easy to do right now. Okay. So right side, really. Okay. Where are you? It's impossible. Where are you? Are you in Australia? Do they drive on the wrong side of the road in Australia? I don't know. British colony. Well, yeah, go for the British colonies. Bermuda's a British colony. I'm all about that. But at the end of the day, it's something to be cognizant of. So with that, when you get home, put your keys in the microwave. I don't know what to tell you. Be cognizant of it. But, just they showed one now that you don't even need to do a handshake. You can break it. Australia. Thank you. You need to make sure you check out Roger's page. We have a friend that is Woozy Sue, and she's always at Gold Coast. Okay. Right on. I got questions for you. You guys have a lot of sharks. Do you have a lot of flies? I used to watch, what was that show? It was a motorcycle show, and they had these hoods on to keep the flies away. I don't know if that was true or not. An Aussie. Yeah, man, that's not a knife. I don't do accents. I don't. I barely hold on to this one. Where was I? So yeah, put your key. Everybody has a Faraday cage. You want a Faraday cage? It's your microwave. When your microwave breaks down, don't throw it out. Use it as a Faraday cage. It's perfect. What's a Faraday cage? It stops signals from emitting from whatever you have or wherever you have. If you don't want your phone to spy on you, put it in your microwave. Don't turn your microwave on. But it stops signals. Plain and simple. That's how you do it. Get a bag full of tinfoil, line it twice, put your phone in there. It will stop snitching on you. Okay. They had too many damn flies. Okay, so that was right. Okay, so you got flies and sharks. That's scary. I know the sharks are out there because Bermuda's got a bunch of sharks too. Australians have been big in Australia. Yeah, there's a lot of Aussies that do follow. So, well, thank you. You're on the other side of the world. That's awesome. And it's coming up to your winter as well. That is crazy. It's not crazy, but to think, the Baroness, to think that your winter is our summer. I don't know why it's crazy. But June is cold to you, and here it's going to be 105. But anyway, thank you for showing up, though. I appreciate that. You just gave me a chill. Either that or my air conditioner did, and that's a rarity in this room. We are coming up on an hour that I've never been on this show ever. It's a show. Yeah, sharks. Yeah, really, it's a big problem. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I know you guys have some major sharks. I didn't know if the fly thing was real or not. I never wanted to bring that up with Woozy Sue, but I always kind of wondered. I did, and I've seen. Your country is beautiful because it's so diverse, and I know it's really flat. And then all of a sudden you've got like huge rock out of nowhere. And the flies. I just didn't know if that was real or not. That's also, there's a camera of your bay where the bridge is, and I guess there's where the shell is for the orchestra or whatever that is. I watch that occasionally. It's not as entertaining as the okay. So you like to watch lives too. I do too. The Koala Nursery. I wonder where that is. I've watched so many different lives. To me, it's entertaining. If I can learn something from it, one of my favorite late night lives is the Port of Miami, and these great big ships come in, these passenger ships. They don't start arriving until about 2 a.m. Central Standard Time. Okay, we're going to talk about Australia for a second, and I'm going to shut it down in a minute. Y'all don't eat kangaroo meat, do you? Kangaroo boxing is real. No, nobody's Yeah, I don't think I'd box a kangaroo. I think kangaroo would kick somebody's butt. Well, why don't you do live now? You should go. I think everybody should go live. I do. I believe that. I really do. I think it's important. I think everybody has something to contribute, right? And I guess that's part of Ivan and my belief in people. But I think everybody has something to get. If you go live, I will start pushing. I got a couple of hundred people, but go live. Do it. Do it. It will be awesome. I think we need more of that. I see a lot of Americans. I don't see a lot of it internationally. I've got a cousin, well, he's a doctor, but he's in Bermuda, and I'm pushing him to go live. And no, he just doesn't want the liability. I've had kangaroo meat. See, in Belgium, go live, baby. You got it right, Chris. In Belgium, they eat horse meat, and they think it's healthy. No. Yeah. You've got to. It's a challenge, I think, for everyone initially, but I think it's worth it. I do. I think we all need to sound our voices. Studio is looking great, brother. Thank you. It's getting there. Give me 2 more weeks, and I think it will be perfect. I do. The camera is showing a little bit of the junk down there, and I moved those shelves twice. I'm not moving them again. You see a little bit of mess over there, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm getting there. If I turn the other camera back on, it will be good. Yeah, Woozy Sue's the bomb. She is, and she always, whenever I get on a Roger stream, she always says, "Hey, all right, these lights are getting to me, guys. It is way too bright." You just saw that. I've got I've got something that is causing one of my systems to glitch, and I've got a bunch of cameras around my house, and there's a video distributor below. I got a lot of equipment. Usually when somebody is missing sound or something weird, I go through so many checks to see, okay, is it my equipment? And then I have to go through and check all these different things. It's like, oh no, they were just on mute. So yeah, I'd love to go down to Australia. I'm not a fan of flying that long. I might have to go to India soon, and I'm not a fan of flying that long. I'm just not. No, I've spent enough time. Get out! There's Woozy, my girl. See, I called her up, and here she is. Do y'all know each other? Yeah, it's like everybody from Australia knows each other. Good night, mate. I'll say, why don't you put another shrimp on the Barbie? All right. Anyway, hey, Woozy, great to see you. Thank you for joining me here. I didn't mean to call you out, or if you were on it's got to be what, afternoon there? Yeah. So, see, every time I get on Roger's show, she's like one of the first people that calls me out. It always makes me smile. It does. It just, if you guys haven't watched his show, it will bring something special to your heart. And he's a great man. It's 15 hours, Ivan. So that means it's what, 3:00. So is that like 1500? It's on 15 hours, Ivan. I don't know what 15 hours is. Is that GMT or is that 3:00 in the afternoon? Woozy, help translate. I think that's 3:00. So, okay. All right, you guys are going crazy. I'm going to play a song and then I'm going to disappear. And I don't have a whole bunch of songs to play, so I'm not doing rap. So rap is cool. I like all kinds of music, as most of y'all know. Yeah, it's 3:45 Saturday. Yeah, thank you, Rosie. I gotta translate. I have to have somebody translate Australian to me. It's awesome. I love. See, that's another thing I love to watch. I love to watch videos about other countries that I've never seen before, and I don't want to watch propaganda videos. PM, yeah, I would, but I want to watch something that's real and really see what it's like. You guys have a car out there. It is a half car, half pickup truck. I forgot what it's called. It looks really cool. There's some gorgeous vehicles out here that aren't in this country. I like unique vehicles. I do. We call shrimp prawns. Yeah, prawns are prawns here too. Most Americans made it. Yeah, 1500. Yeah, I got you. That to me is real time. I didn't grow up in the military, but my father was in the military, so I know 1500. Where was I going? I forgot where I was going. So let's go find some music somewhere. And unlike Lance, I don't have all my stuff categorized or put in order. So it's one of the things I plan on doing this week, and maybe next week I might even be on a Linux device. I need to go to videos. See, I have 2 video folders, which I should not have. There's Roger's song. I'm probably actually going to have to go out to YouTube to get my own bloody music. Sorry, didn't mean to use it. I don't know if bloody. Oh, so look. So we have another live streamer. Quality Moments just went on, and I know who one of their mods are. And there's so look. If you guys, and I don't know if I have the rights to do this, but I don't care because I'm going to pull them up. I like AXN, and if you guys want to watch, whenever I start reading, I close my mouth because there's so much to say. I can only do one thing at a time. I'm not talented at all. I'm just a goober. I'm going to switch over here. And there's some of the things I do watch. Again, knee pain, right? These guys love watching the media showers. I do. I was reading about this 3-year-old playing, and that's just phenomenal, And wait a minute. Hold on. Doesn't he look like he's black in that picture? I'm just saying. Oh, maybe not. I don't think I'd have Trump on my back. I don't think so. Hold on before I get in trouble. I do want to show you AXN. I like what he does. I don't know why he's way out there. There's probably a launch that's going to occur for a satellite shot. Maybe that's why he's way the heck out there. This guy's very talented, and he will take you, and he stays up late. He will take you till 4 o'clock in the morning, West Coast time. So that's like dawn here. I will be way to bed. Well, maybe not. I will be way in bed by the time he comes out. But there are so many live streamers that are out there. He's one of my favorites to follow. He really is. And he's earnest and honest about it. But before I lose train of thought once again, I'm going to pop out of AXN. And he's starting his show. So that's how he always starts. You just park somewhere. And one of these days I might do that with you guys. Just take you around my little town or show you what Dallas looks like or something of that nature. Let me see if I can view my channel. I don't want to see myself live. I want to go to my videos. And, oh, look, I have a couple of songs. I could either do Wake Up America, Trust the Plan. I want to do Trust the Plan. I think I'm going to do Trust the Plan. Actually, I have more songs than I thought. It's a remix. Okay. Hopefully I'll have another one next week. I don't know. We'll see. Y'all say prayers for one another. Be respectful. We only get it's all YOLO, but at the same time, we've got to take care of one another because that's the only way we're going to make it. We're not going to do it individually. Trust but verify. Verify again. Careful what you click on. And we'll definitely be back next week sometime. I don't know if I want to keep all these lights on. It is way too bright up here in my face. It's just every time I look up and see myself, that's just craziness. So this is, I forgot what I clicked on here. This is one of my other. Trust the plan. Hold on, where'd it go? Wait. Stop you. Lance, when you had your mom on, I thought about this song. It's like I got a country song for her. I used to love country. Not so much country. I love Southern rock. Outlaws, Charlie Daniels. I'm all in all day long. Here you go, guys.
The headlines. It's counted in the.
I'll start from the beginning. We'll turn it up. Turn the volume up.
Wanna know what a lie really costs? Not the money, not the headlines. It's counted in the people who trusted you completely.
Wrote this about the
Who
politicians.
believed every word, who never got to know they'd been sold. That's the bill, and it's coming due.
Oh, let's go.
Same old script, same old face behind the curtain. Same machine, different clothes, same
Thank y'all.
outcome, just as certain.
Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll definitely be here next Friday.
Poison up in flags made the bitter taste feel worth it. So trust the plan, trust the system. We did. Look what that's determined. We handed you the power, every vote, every prayer. You traded it for donut dinners and the comfort of their chair. You didn't serve the country, you served the room up there. Every promise was a costume that you wore to get your share. We were not constituents, we were a means of screen. A crowd between you and the truth of everything you've been. You smiled at every camera while you moved behind the scenes. Greed dressed up as governance, power dressed as clean. You lied to us, said it was to keep us safe. You lied to us, left wreckage in your wake. You lied and lied and lied again. The people paid the price for every choice you made. September morning, clear blue sky. The world stopped and stared. Before the dust had settled, you already had it prepared. The narrative, the enemy, the reasons for the war declared. Passports found untouched in rubble. Building 7, how'd that square? Flag draped boxes, silent funerals. The bill paid hand by hand by people who believed you with a flag where answers stand. While the architects of every coffin stayed safely on dry land. With clean suits, clean hands, and every exit pre-planned. Then came the sickness, fear delivered through the screen. Daily, hourly, surgical, every question quarantine. People died alone in hallways without a hand unseen. Followed every guideline, did exactly what you schemed. While the ones who wrote the mandates broke them without shame. Private rooms with wine glasses, the rules were just a game. The record speaks, not opinion, documentation. Every name, every pivot, every buried memo, history will claim it. Then there's the list, the one they swore did not exist. Drawn out in black on white, faces you couldn't have missed. Household names, Sunday smiles, midnight in the manifest. Private planes, private islands, children, you know the rest. He didn't kill himself, say it slow until it lands. He did not kill himself, and every name inside those files still walks in free command. Oh, the drawings came to light, sketch detail, cold precise. A truth worth every dollar they would pay to keep on ice. You didn't protect the children, you fed them to the wolves and called it sacrifice. Here's the thing about a lie built this deep. It doesn't just deceive the person in front of it. It gets into the water, The schools, the news, into the mouth of every person trying to make sense of the world for someone they love. We weren't stupid. We were trusting. There's a difference. And they knew exactly which one they were counting on. We see you not the portrait, not the flag, the record, every redaction, every flight, every name they tried to drag back into the dark away from the light. You don't get the quiet legacy. You don't get the honored end. History is writing it. It does not need your permission, and it remembers you exactly as you were. Your whole career, little man, your AI plan backfired. Even they saw the injustice and stood with the common man. We remember every name, every night, every lie. The record doesn't sleep, and neither do I. Your legacy, a footnote, tarnished and small, just ones and zeros on a disc. And we're reformatting it all. We were sold, all of us, and we will never, never forget the lies you spoke, little man.
Ho! My silly self. I do enjoy doing that. I do enjoy writing it. I want to thank Lance for really just kind of a motivational thing there. I'm nowhere near his circle. I'm showing off some of my monitors there. I've got those two to put up here. They are not LGs. Hopefully LG will maybe sponsor me one day. Excuse me, but we'll see. I don't want to transition to that. I want to go to this one. And there I am, y'all. Thank you. Thank you for hanging out. Y'all are awesome. And I made 1 o'clock Central Time. So it's 1400 in some part of Australia. And it's awesome. Thank you. Thank you for lighting my music. Hey, Kathy, Katie J. That's awesome. That's awesome. There's so many great people here. I feel blessed. I really do. I don't push to I want to grow the channel. I do. But it is what it is. And I do it in my speed, my time, my way. And I appreciate all the help and guidance along the way. I'm writing right now. And once you start writing, it's tough to, sometimes I hate it because I just hear it in my head. It just starts going. But I just want to say thank you. And that's it. Hope you all enjoyed the evening. The boat stuff was awesome, wasn't it? That was so cool. Hopefully next week we'll find some smart stuff. We all have our shining light. Don't let anybody put your light out. Okay, let it shine bright. Help your fellow man. Okay, even if it's just with a smile or just a quick hand. So with that, y'all, thank you from my heart. See you next Friday. Peace. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you guys later. Take care. And